and I can't wait to respond to it because it's stupid. I'm Ben Brust alongside Packer backer, Bucks backer, the voice of Wisconsin fans. Actually, I don't want to speak for KBN Nation because you say some stupid stuff. That's Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
It's Thursday. I may say stupid stuff, but it turns out to be some good stuff because KBN Nation agrees.
No, they usually don't, and they call you a flip-flop and a backpedaler.
You painted me as that.
No,
Picasso, Da Vinci, Michelangelo.
Huh?
You painted me as that. Right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say I was Ben Stalin.
So you're calling Ben Michelangelo?
Yeah.
Well, he painted
I
me-
am
he
a
painted-
beautiful,
Wow.
I am a beautiful
Painted me
lead
as a
host.
backpedaler and this and that.
The power I hold in this chair.
Ben has a way to drive a narrative.
Yes.
He has a way to drive a narrative.
What narrative?
Any narrative you want to spin.
That is very true. You're very.
I
good
just
at it.
use what you guys say to drive the narrative. Brad, you're too cheap.
There you go.
See?
Another narrative.
Not everybody thinks
But
he's cheap.
you everything you've talked about has led me to the narrative. Buy some blinds. See, what am I lying?
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
See,
That's fair.
everything's usually pretty fair. With
But-
the twinkle of my twist.
Yeah, but it's all about spinning it in such a way of, he's cost conscious or cheap, or Kyle Wallace, he's a Packer backer, or he's a backpedaler.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't believe in the Green Bay Packers.
Or sometimes he wavers based off emotions. But he's a cheap
Time
Packer
out.
backer, right? That's
We did this all show yesterday. You got all three of you, KBN Nation. It was come at Ben Day. I'm fine with day two. Are we running it back?
I mean, you kind of started it.
I didn't start either. 800-990-3776. Fine. Let's pick at Ben Day. You know why? Because apparently sources close to the program told me that after our show yesterday, if you missed our show, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, or get in the phones or the text line at 800-990-3776. You guys got to hear a conversation yesterday about me not putting away my hair gel and this, that, and not putting my laundry away. And it turned out that I basically have a girlfriend that wants me to be more like Brad. And now I hear that my girlfriend put together a pros and cons list of me as a roommate. Do you think this can go well?
No, I don't. I'm dying to know if the cons outweigh the pros.
Oh, they have to outweigh the pros, right? They have to.
Oh, do they have to?
No, they do. I mean, we got a little glimpse and a little taste yesterday. There's quite a few cons just in a trail of where you've been. That is a big con.
Alex Strofe, what's up?
Would they be together if the cons outweighed the pros?
Yes,
I feel like that's a bad decision by her.
You cannot pick and choose who you love. It just happens. And she fell in love with the person that Ben is, despite the many
such a
flaws,
romantic.
flaws that he has.
That's well said, Kyle, because admittedly so, I've put Lexi in some situations where you guys ask, what did you do to bewitch her to actually make her agree to marry you and have a long term? I mean, that's certainly could be one of the many reasons. And I feel like, given your girlfriend's stance, given all the potential cons versus pros, you might have done the same to her.
So good active listening from Alex Strofe. Kyle says you don't pick and choose who you love.
I don't think that's accurate.
No, you do not pick. You just you fall in love. You know how many women I've talked to who I had feelings for, but it just seems like this one, boom, got me, right? She got me,
Kyle,
took me from a player away.
Just me and you for a second, because I know you love your baby. How many times do you think you've been in love? Just me and you. Nobody else is listening. Just me and you.
No, it's just you and him.
I've been in love for sure twice.
Okay.
Is this one of them?
did you
Is this one of the two?
You said what?
Is this one of the two?
What do you mean? Is this one of the two? Hell yeah, this is one.
I didn't know if you were counting. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if it was three total, two outside of this one.
No, I've been in love
Take
for
it
sure.
easy, bro.
For sure. We're talking
So
about.
did you pick or choose when you stopped loving the other one?
It got a little toxic. We talked to this a hotkey when when I came outside to my car, and I'm like, what the hell is this key marking on this? I don't remember doing that, and that's when I realized it probably was.
That wasn't love. The key card does not equal love.
But you can't pick and choose, right? Because people stay in toxic relationships, and not saying you're beautiful.
whoa.
Your
What a
beautiful baby
transition
mama
there,
is
buddy.
in a toxic relationship, but there's some things that you overlook when your heart is for someone, and her heart is in you, despite the so many flaws that you may have as a roommate.
Well, we're going to see right now if it's toxic or not through the words of my girlfriend. So without further ado, none of us, even Strofe, you haven't heard this, right?
I have not heard it.
Just play the whole thing. Here we go.
So I know we all had a great time ripping on Ben. He is a good roommate. Like, there are things that he does that make him a good roommate. He's the trash guy. He always takes out the trash. He's the dog poop guy. He'll pick up all the dog poop. I never have to worry about it. He's the yard work guy. He cuts the lawn. He does the leaves. He's the put things together guy. Even if he doesn't want it, it's a piece of furniture that I feel like we need. It shows up on the doorstep. He knows he has to put it together. However, now that we have a baby, there have been some things that have come to my attention that Ben does not do. I will fold the laundry, and the laundry will sit on the dresser for a week. It will sit there. Every time I go in there, still there. It will sit there until he wears the piece of clothing. He will never put the clothing in the drawer. He's never wiped a counter in his life, and he wonders why we have ants. Wet towels, when gets out of the shower, he'll put his wet towel on our dresser instead of hanging it on the hook. It's just a trail. Everywhere he goes, he leaves a trail. Long story short, Ben, be more like Brad.
You hear that, Ben?
Be more like Brad.
Dang.
Bleep me.
Be more like Brad.
That's a hot key now. That's a hot key.
Oh,
Be
no.
more
It's
like
forever.
Brad.
Oh, my God.
You are ruined. This is coming out the horse's
I'm going to
mouth.
have nightmares.
Be more like Brad.
This is a horror
Be
movie.
more like Brad.
Stop.
Be
I'm
more
gonna have
like
to,
Brad.
I'm going to have to leave the room.
If this was like a cartoon bubble, that would be all caps and a period behind each word. Like, that is declarative. Be more like Brad. You hear
Be
that, Ben?
more like Brad.
But I'm the trash guy, the dog poop guy, the yard work guy, and I put things together guy. That's
You're the
all.
help.
That's
buddy.
all I took from that.
You are the help. You can hire somebody to do all that stuff. You are the help.
No, and honestly, I got some gripes with the pros. I mean,
What do you mean? What do you mean you got gripes with the pros?
Yeah, I mean, like,
be more like Brad.
Yeah. You're the trash guy, but you're also the create the trash guy. Like, you create all the trash.
That's true.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I mean,
She snacks on stuff too.
You might take out the trash, but something tells me you create the most trash, and she has to pick up the trash after you, leading to one of the cons. That's a problem.
That's a mixed pro with a con.
Poop guy, I'll give you some credit for that. But there's also like the yard guy. I'm just wondering, where's all this poop and yard work going? Because we famously knew you threw a rat or a mouse into your neighbor's yard.
I didn't. She did.
Oh, that's right. That was her. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I'm picking up dead mice.
You supposed to be
That's true.
you supposed to be the yard guy. You got her doing the dead mouse. What the hell?
I
you
was
doing?
here.
That's
She
what
was-
she liked. That is a pro for you, and you didn't even do it.
Put things together, guy. I mean that's manly.
That's manly. That's
Telling you,
manly. I'll
this
give
is
some
something
credit
you
for the
can
manly
hire
stuff.
somebody to do. You are useless.
That was weak. I'm not gonna lie. That's not that bad. I don't
Be
have that.
more like Brad.
Do you let laundry sit on the dresser?
Hell no.
Do
Be
you
more like Brad.
do you wipe counters?
Oh, I'm a big counter wiper.
Be more like Brad.
And you never leave a wet towel on furniture or the bed.
Never hung up or right into the laundry.
Be more like Brad.
I'm gonna kill Alex Strofe.
Do those pros outweigh the cons?
No, they don't.
I don't think they
those
do.
Those are basic things that you do in life.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was
Legitimately basic things. If you don't do those, somebody legitimately has to do that. Those aren't things that like nitpicky. That's just like, oh, you cut the grass. Okay, somebody has to do it. Oh, you take out the trash. Somebody has to do it. Oh, you put this furniture together. Well, somebody has to do it, and you happen to choose IKEA to do it with. But like, those are basic necessities of life. They're not things that you can't pick and choose to do. You have to do it. Whereas the other stuff that the cons are, you can pick up
this
after
is real
yourself.
rich coming from somebody who couldn't keep their basement from being unflooded for 3 days.
Because
we're
of paper
good.
towel.
Hey, we're
That's
good.
pretty rough.
Hey, we learn. We live and we learn, right? We live and we learn.
Yeah, Adam chimes in. At least she's dating someone that can build and fix stuff.
I build and fix stuff. What you mean?
Yeah, you're fixing your house the last 3 days.
Oh wow, now he's going personal.
Dang.
My
yeah,
God. My
Coming
God.
right back at you.
You're coming at me, I'm coming at you.
Benny, I don't know if this is going to make you feel better or worse, but as your girlfriend was running through some of the cons, I was saying out loud, yeah, I'm guilty of that. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I don't know if that makes it feel better or worse.
We've always been a kindred spirit in weird ways.
Be more like Brad.
God, that's going to sting. And if you keep playing that, I'm going to be freaking dreaming about Brad.
Be more like Brad.
Ernie in a barn. This is great, Ben. Be more like Brad. No, Ernie, you be more like Brad.
We need more Brads in this world. We need more.
Oh,
Brad,
no.
Brad,
You're an acquired taste.
I
That's
like you,
also
Brad.
true.
I do, but I don't know if we need more Brads. I like edge sometimes.
Yeah,
A little bit of edge.
Yeah,
I got some edge. Who you need some magic on edge?
I mean, you and Carbless on the weekend sounds fun.
I actually think she went light on me on the cons.
Do we need a take two? Do we need a?
I don't know. Now I'm just racking my brain. I'm like, she left that one out. She left that one out.
I'd be curious for Strofe if he thinks that he is also the cons guy. Would you at least do the pros that Bennett is doing, or would you?
Are you the trash guy, dog poop guy, yard work guy, and put things together guy?
So like, what do you bring to the table, Strofe?
I definitely don't leave my towel anywhere. I always hang that puppy up. I would take the extra step by putting laundry in the basket at the very least.
But you ain't wiping no counter.
No, I've never wiped a counter.
Come on, y'all ain't wiped the counter
Unless
before?
I shaved. Like, if I shave, then I'll wipe the bathroom counter. But other than that, yeah, probably not.
Y'all just live in your own filth.
Kitchen counter. Yeah, there's all a bunch of food
I'm
leftovers.
good at mopping.
Mopping's it takes a little bit of sweat equity to
Mopping,
mop
don't you have
well.
a Swiffer?
Sweat equity
like
into the house.
Chef Ed chimes in with the most real text of all time, 800-990-3776. Ben is the real deal. No charades, doesn't pull any punches, love me or hate me. Obviously, his lady loves him.
We'll give you that.
Caitlin Clark Hart, to you, baby girl.
Ben,
my baby.
If you were going to be more like Brad in any one of the cons, which one are you most likely to take the first step in being like me?
To be more like you?
Yeah.
You mean be more like Brad?
Yeah, don't make him play
Be
it.
more
there you
like
go.
Brad.
If I could choose something that I want to be more like you for, Brad, it is definitely not your diet. I would kill myself if I ate shredded chicken every day.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking about the con list, but we can go to Brad idiosyncrasies. Feel free to go there.
Well, I was hoping we could, like, I actually have a genuine thought of what if during our radio breaks, when we're still live on YouTube, we leave our cameras on so people can kind of just see and be with us. You could train me and do workouts so I can be more like Brad.
I would love to train you. I would not be an easy trainer, though, Ben.
I know.
Well,
yesterday I did a plank and you tossed a book on my back.
No, before you do any type of workout training, you need to show him how to grab a rag and a paper towel and how to move in a circle and clean a countertop just so he knows how to do that. Because she wants him to be more like Brad. And so the buff stuff, that comes later. The house stuff, those cons, help him eliminate that first.
Yeah.
It's baby steps.
And maybe the ant guy would no longer have to come quarterly if you could just wipe the counter down.
Right.
Pest control or whatever.
Pest control.
Curious why we have ants. She told you why.
That was a great line by your girlfriend.
That's why
of
you gotta
being
come
like, and you
quarterly,
wonders why we have ants. That was so good.
How long was that, Strofe? I don't know.
Minute 10.
Let's just play it out here and let's put it to rest. Let's bury the old Ben so we can start to begin to be more like Brad.
So I know we all had a great time ripping on Ben. He is a good roommate. Like, there are things that he does that make him a good roommate. He's the trash guy. He always takes out the trash. He's the dog poop guy. He'll pick up all the dog poop. I never have to worry about it. He's the yard work guy. He cuts the lawn. He does the leaves. He's the put things together guy. Even if he doesn't want it, it's a piece of furniture that I feel like we need. It shows up on the doorstep. He knows he has to put it together. However, now that we have a baby, there have been some things that have come to my attention that Ben does not do.
She's so excited
I will
to
fold
say
the
these.
laundry, and the laundry will sit on the dresser for a week. It will sit there. Every time I go in there, still there. It will sit there until he wears the piece of clothing. He will never put the clothing in the drawer. He's never wiped a counter in his life, and he wonders why we have ants. Wet towels, when gets out of the shower, he'll put his wet towel on our dresser instead of hanging it on the hook. It's just a trail. Everywhere he goes, he leaves a trail. Long story short, Ben, be more like Brad.
Well, I attempt to be more like Brad the rest of the show. We talk Jay Williams and Giannis to the Milwaukee Bucks, or, that's my answer. He's staying with the Milwaukee Bucks. Forget Jay Williams. We'll talk about his nonsense take next.
Be more like Brad.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And I said, it just came out. I said, are y'all going to talk the whole show like this? Good for
You have you.
For the next 25 minutes, all they said was they started ribbing me. Oh, you going to clap like that the whole time? You going to laugh like that the whole time?
No.
You going to lay back like that the whole time? Why don't y'all go sit over in them open seats?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Your local IKEA is rolling out lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture options for both in and out of home. Get a stylish home makeover with affordable deals during IKEA's Sidewalk Sale. Deals so good, myself, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman will be on hand for. Check out Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live May 16th from 2 to 5 at IKEA Oak Creek and restyle your home for all of those summer parties with friends. Plus, learn more about even more savings with IKEA's family program. It's KBN live from IKEA in Oak Creek right here on 94.5 ESPN.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 61. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for the Bath Authority, and if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. All Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by a certified factory technician. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety by scheduling your free in-home estimate and getting $1,500 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. The Bath Authority.com.
Experience the rebirth of an American treasure in Oconomowoc. The club at Lac La Belle is open. The redesigned course is one of Wisconsin's finest tracks at the heart of the Wisconsin Golf Trail. Named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. The club at Lac La Belle is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. See what everyone is talking about. The club at Lac La Belle is a place to experience over and over again. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
They say I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long.
More jargon.
More like Brad.
Ah, exactly. More jargon.
Like Brad.
Jargon after jargon after jargon. That was my girlfriend telling me to be more
like Brad.
Our Super Bowl 50 runner-up, second place Brad, can't win anything in his life.
Except the affections of Ben's girlfriend. What a place to finally take
That would
first.
make you blush, wouldn't it?
It would. Certainly does.
Kyle Wallace writing down notes. You good?
Yeah, writing down notes. What y'all? Yeah. What? This is the narrative. This is the narrative we're talking about.
What narrative?
Mine and my
Are
business.
you writing down notes or are you not?
I'm writing down notes as I get prepared, yes.
Sometimes I can tell.
Get it out my mind.
Kyle's take based on the vigor by which he writes his notes. And it looked like there was some vigor behind those notes.
Strong writing?
Yeah. I mean, it was leaned in, head down.
Ben
Brust.
Brust.
Lots of focus.
Mid-thought. Now I lost my thought because of you.
All right, well, get writing. Kyle Wallace writing down notes in the middle of the show to make sure he does a good job. Brad Nortman and Alex Strofe, our producer. Hit it. I know you wanted to. Let's hear from Jay Williams earlier this morning on Get Up with Greeny. Because here goes another person. And I like Jay. We're actually good buddies, but this is a horrible take.
And I do feel they are one piece away from getting to a world championship. We could talk about who that piece is. Please do. Because Wendy and I were talking about it. Giannis would be an interesting play.
Talking about
in New
the
York
Knicks
City.
here.
Giannis who signed a contract extension in Milwaukee last year. We're putting him in New York now.
We got to stop thinking about people signing contracts. People can get out of contracts and forced to where they want to go.
Okay, I mean,
especially if they're cap restricted. There's a lot of names you can throw out there. I'm talking about a guy. It doesn't matter who you bring on his team. This is Jalen Brunson's team. But if you surround him with one more piece along with these other pieces,
it's not his team. If you get Giannis, that's
yes, it is.
Giannis is like the biggest star in the whole league.
It still will be Jalen Brunson's team. His DNA is all over this team. Well, he'll still be the bona fide leader of the team. What does Giannis say about Dame when Dame hits clutch shots? We got a guy close. You tell me Jalen Brunson wouldn't be one of the best closers in the league? You're still going to look at him because he's your PG. He has the position of the leader. And by the way, he doesn't care if you're more talented than him. He leads in other aspects of the game because he thinks the game all the time.
That was Jay Williams on Get Up with Greeny talking about the potential possibility that the Knicks would need Giannis, and Giannis is under contract, and contracts mean nothing. He could force his way out of there. It's time to end Jay Williams now. It's been Windy. It's been Bill Simmons. It's been everywhere else in between. How many people are going to continue to say Giannis is going to go to another franchise and he's going to make you look stupid and stay in Milwaukee? It is 110% clear to me that Giannis will be in Milwaukee. His family atmosphere, right? He literally has built his home in Milwaukee with I believe he's getting married. I think that's public knowledge now that he's getting married soon.
According to the Greek tabloids.
There it is. The Greek tabloids are letting us know. Beyond the personal side of things, Giannis did sign a contract, which, again, he could technically, as Jay Williams said, push his way out of there. What in Giannis Antetokounmpo's personality has shown that he would want to exit the city of Milwaukee looking like a villain? There is no way that Giannis is going to leave this city of Milwaukee and this state in a way that will make his image look bad, because it's just not who he is. He doesn't know how to do things the wrong way. When Giannis does things wrong, it's on accident. Like when he tries to talk about how it wasn't a failure. He was just trying to spin something positive when, at the time, none of us wanted to hear why losing to the Heat in the first round was a positive. He is so genuine. He is so real, and he loves the city of Milwaukee. And have I mentioned anything about basketball? No. Giannis, the person, would not ask out of a contract to go play with Jalen Brunson in the Knicks. Giannis feels like he signed a contract to help bring another championship to this city, not to another city. And good on him for talking to the New York Times and saying, you know what? I need to worry about my legacy and having multiple championships. And that's great. He put the pressure on the front office. They brought Dame in. This year was a disaster, but they tried. They did something. Now, trying's not going to be good enough for much longer. But for him to jump ship after year one, after they moved a top 75 player to the Milwaukee Bucks to help him win a championship, he'd be outside of his damn mind to do so, and he does not have it in his DNA to leave the city in a way in which it would make his image fragile to the people that he's given so much to.
But, I mean, Ben, I couldn't have said it any better. I'm going to go a step further. This is the biggest trash take I've heard in a long time, and that's saying something because I've heard some takes, even from my own mouth.
Even from Kyle.
This is worse than the universal menu idea from Hear Brad Out. I'm telling you that right now because this whole take, in my opinion, is steeped in disrespect for Giannis. Let's talk about Jay Williams just saying, oh yeah, we're just going to move Giannis like he's some sort of pawn, some sort of chess piece, like he isn't a top 3 player in the NBA, like he isn't a 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, top 3 player on the planet, and top 25 player of all time. Yeah, let's just move him like a chess piece to be a bolt-on to some other franchise. And oh yeah, by the way, even when he does that and all of his resume and all of his greatness, it won't even still be his team at that point. That's disrespecting Giannis's game. And this is disrespecting Giannis as the person. To just think to what you were saying, Ben, to just think that, you know what? After everything that he's been through the city of Milwaukee, he's just willing to and eager to opt out of his contract, force a trade, do something to detonate everything that he has built in the city of Milwaukee is utterly absurd. I couldn't imagine it happening. And just to think that even just the take of, you know what, they're one piece away. I think Greeny was expecting like a role player, and he says a top player in the NBA. That's like us saying, guys, the Bucks are one player away. Who should they get? They should go get Anthony Edwards. Well, yeah, that would be great, but it's just not going to happen. So this whole take was trash, and it was steeped in disrespect for Giannis's personality and Giannis's game.
Yeah, Giannis is no quitter, man. This is just lazy, easy take. You're just the big media saying, oh, no local connection. Let's just take, as Brad said, let's just take this small market guy in Giannis and take him away from the Milwaukee Bucks, regardless of the loyalty that he has showed to this organization, regardless of the fact that he's committed to this organization whatsoever. It's just what they do. They always talk about taking and tearing down from the small city. But let me tell you this, all right? That man ain't going nowhere. And what I'm read them notes. What I'm committed to is keep me on track. And what I'm committed to is this: is that when you see stuff like Giannis and Dame being committed to Milwaukee, committed to making this work, committing to have a whole offseason where they can actually come together, work out together, talk with Coach Doc Rivers, help construct this team around them, plan for a championship. The offseason is the time of growth. The offseason is when championships is built. That is something that is universal amongst all sports. When you're in high school, Brad, when you're in college, you're in NFL. Coaches told you the same thing. We got to get after this offseason in order for us to come back better next fall, next spring, next time we have a chance for a season. The Milwaukee Bucks did not have the opportunity to come together and get better together going into last season. Yes, on paper, Giannis is a great player. Dame is a great player. But there's a lot of great players around the NBA, and being able to have some sense of chemistry and time together is so important. So the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks now have this opportunity to come together in this offseason to get ready for next season will blow everybody's minds how they are so much better this year than last year. So forget whatever Jay Williams is saying, having an easy take and just snatching somebody from a small market team and putting them in New York because it's an easy, fun thing to say. Forget all that. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to be somebody to reckon with in the East next year simply because they had time to build chemistry together. Terrible take.
800-990-3776. Jay Williams with a take on Get Up that they should just place Giannis on the Knicks, and that would be great. Yeah, well, no crap. But it ain't happened. That's not Giannis. And I do like what you said there, Kyle, because I feel like the first championship that came to Milwaukee in 50 years, that was big for not just Giannis, not just, Chris and the team and the city. Like it was monumental for the first time in 50 years. Now the narrative for me, if I'm Giannis, is bleep everybody, man. Bleep everybody, right? Got it done for the first time in 50 years. It hasn't gone our way. Injuries the last couple of years. Chris Middleton 3 years ago. Sure, we got embarrassed against the Knicks, but it's time now. If I feel like my name isn't being respected enough, and the only way that it will is if I prove everyone wrong, stay in this city, go get a second championship, and then throw the double bird out to everyone, which he would never do.
Well, and Giannis isn't interested in people-pleasing. I mean, it's a blessing that he grew up outside the U.S. He's not interested in making a bunch of friends in the league, even though he's well-liked. He's not interested in following the national narrative, even though the national media would love to pluck him out of Milwaukee and stick him into a big market. Giannis isn't interested in that. But we, Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, we know who Giannis Giannis is. He said over and over he doesn't want the flashy coasts. He just wants to win. He just wants to raise his family. He just wants to be on a championship contending team and be in a city that respects him. His legacy can be multiplied by staying in Milwaukee, and it will be.
It's fun now because he's going to have that underdog mentality. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, he's going to have that underdog mentality, and you should have that underdog winning mentality when you play the Underdog Fantasy Sports app in their pick'em game. It's so fun to play. I'm telling y'all this right now. It is your opportunity to win real money, and it is so easy to play. You can do it with basketball. You can do it with baseball. You can do it with all different sports, and this is how you play it. You pick between 2 to 5 players. You pick higher or lower on those player stats in KBN Nation. If those picks hit, you can win big. You can win up to 100 times your money. Yes, 100 times your money. So I want you to go download their easy-to-use mobile app in the mobile app store, whether it's an Apple or Android store, or you can go to UnderdogFantasy.com and make sure you sign up using promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN, and they will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Plus, they have a great deposit offer for you. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code KBN to claim your new customer special of a mystery player pick and your deposit offer. Remember, you must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Strofe had no Mr. Irrelevant today, so hopefully he's ready to shine in the KBN Academy. That's next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
No, some of those things I say act like I think I'm something that I'm not.
I mean, you can say finna. Say, listen, I'm finna do this show here from 5 to 6.
I'm finna do the shot.
The Homer Hour finna be lit from 5 to 6.
No, I'll never say that again.
It rolls though, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It's not me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my favorite go-to drink. That's Carbless. Carbless is a ready-to-drink, handcrafted vodka and tequila cocktail. Even better, it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. And listen to this, less carbonation. This leads to less bloat. I can indulge in something delicious without having that health guilt. Carbless is crafted right here in Wisconsin. It has a flavor for everyone, from black raspberry to cranberry, pineapple and lemon, and my favorite, margarita. Find Carbless online and at a retailer near you. Less is more.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Rick Papandrea is joining me. How special is it for you being able to watch people see their quality of life return?
There's no doubt that the efficiency is great for everybody. It's very rewarding as a surgeon to take care of somebody and see them get better. But to have them come in and do it in a seamless fashion is really exciting. One case comes to mind. We had a young girl who was doing some cartwheels, and she came in with a broken elbow, and everything lined up, maybe more so than even is typical. She needed special care. She needed her elbow fixed with a very particular fracture that is difficult to fix. And not only is it difficult to fix, but it can be somewhat complicated by stiffness. So with my specialty of my background, I do a lot of elbow arthroscopy, which isn't very common. And we had her in the operating room later that day where I was able to arthroscopically reduce and fix her elbow fracture. And she was back to a normal kid about 2 months later.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Ben Jewick with Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors. The crew is winning ball games here in Milwaukee and around the country. Our team stands ready to help your organization win across North America. Powered by Coakley Connect, our revolutionary facilities management platform. The Coakley Crew supports clients across the country manage their real estate portfolio, offering facility-focused products and services, interior design, construction, new furniture, installation, and move management. We'll help you create and manage interior environments that drive your teams forward. Visit CoakleyBrothers.com and hit a home run.
What are we doing today?
One of the employee owners has an idea.
Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me. Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever. What's in it? Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800. I like it.
I like it.
Me too.
When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Love hanging out with KBN Nation on this Thursday. Alex Strofe is a 9.75 out of 10. I'm probably an 8. Kyle? 8. Brad?
Just scratching an 8.
Why? What's wrong?
Why just scratching?
I mean, just trying to get us up to speed, man. It's been a long week.
Well, the rule is if you're below an 8, that's when we have to stop and get you to an 8
but I said I'm scratching an 8. I'm an 8.
No, scratching an 8 isn't an 8.
I'm an 8.
No.
That sounds like
tell us
7.7.
Yeah. Tell us why you were only scratching.
No, I'm good. I'm an 8. I'm an 8. I'm a firm 8.
Do we believe him, Strofe?
No.
Scratch an 8.
Strofe, we're the out of 10 guys.
Hold on a minute. You can't just steal my shtick.
Yeah, I can. That's what I do. I control
My
the narratives.
girlfriend doesn't tell me to be more like Brad. So that's not
Soon she'll tell you to be more like. Soon, to start off for you, she's going to tell you to be more like Ben before you can be more like Brad.
Yeah, you got to graduate.
Oh, I'm past that. Not a high bar, Brad.
Oh, true.
Be more like Ben.
Said no one ever.
Damn.
Kyle from the top ropes.
Be more like Brad.
Get back to writing notes. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. Sure, he's handsome. Sure, he may eat the same food every single day. And sure, he may set a good example of what I should be as a member of a household. But I don't want to be Brad.
Could only be one Brad.
I want to pick
There's
up.
only one Ben, too.
I want to pick up some tendencies, but if I became you, I wouldn't be happy.
I said earlier we need more Brads. On second thought, there's only one Brad. We need a Ben Brust in this world. We need a Kyle Wallace. We need an Alex Strofe.
And we need KBN Nation to enjoy Alex Strofe being prepared for this segment since he didn't have to do his Mr. Irrelevant show like he does on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Be more
I'm
like
sorry, wrong
Brad.
Oh, yeah.
You're a good producer.
Wrong button.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, you really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment.
Yeah,
This
douche.
is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
I'm actually mad at you because the heady play would have been to play a third one because there was another time that I said you're a good host.
I actually never cut that one.
Oh, really?
I let that one live.
Damn. You're a good producer.
Be more like Brad.
It's your time to shine.
All right, so let's start with I'm sick of people pulling fast ones on me.
Oh, wow. What happened?
We had a caller, Adam in Madison, yesterday, lied to me over the phone. Said he wanted to yell at Ben, and then he ultimately complimented Ben. I didn't like that very much.
Propaganda.
Yeah, and then earlier today, so I'm at a 9.7 because, I had lunch with a bunch of my teammates from ESPN Madison, who I haven't seen in a few weeks. I spent 3.5 years with them. Always good to see them. But earlier today, I was down here in the room I'm currently in during Wilde and Tausch, and the producer, Mr. Irrelevant, wonderful show. Hunter Vaughn is in town. And Kyle walked in, and I said, Kyle Hunter, I don't know if you guys have ever met. And for a solid 30 seconds, they're like, oh, great to meet you, man. I can't believe we've never met. And then Kyle goes, he believes us right now, doesn't he?
I legitimately thought you were playing in with us, but then I realized, like, wait a minute, you really don't think I've met Hunter? Like, you come around 3 years ago and don't think us who've been getting out the mud for years before you wouldn't have met? Hunter literally comes here every single month.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Hunter's here quite a bit.
More than you.
He board ops Sunday Karma multiple times.
In Madison.
Yeah, what?
He's got to communicate.
I didn't know you. I figured maybe you've never met in person.
Oh, yeah, we've met in person before. And I've also come to the ESPN Madison studios before.
Strofe just thinking he's the ultimate relationship broker.
For real, though.
You guys needed me.
Oh, wow.
Needed.
Oh, wow.
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 Don't make me tell you the real reason why you're in Milwaukee.
You're a good producer. You're a good producer. You're a good producer.
That's the real reason in Milwaukee. The Indiana Pacers are a bunch of crybabies, fellas.
Where? Bums. I told you they were bums.
78 complaints to the league over the 2 games they've played in the, what would this be, the Eastern Conference semifinals? 78 complaints. So that, if you do math, simple math tells you 8 quarters, 78 complaints. That's about 10 complaints per quarter. That's almost a complaint every minute.
That's
of
true.
Missed calls to the league office. What do you make of the crybabies?
I love it. I want them to keep crying because I want everyone to continue to see the front runners that they are. Kyle, you've been very outspoken about a couple of their players. For me, I've been outspoken on how I think they're ass. I think they're trash. I think they're bums, and they're not very good. I think this is they're like the new Atlanta Hawks. And I don't know if you follow NBA or not. Like when the Bucks beat them in 2021 in the Eastern Conference Finals, what did that team do? Dwindle down each year after because they weren't actually any good. They're already just getting exposed by a team that's better than them, tougher than them, and guess what's happening? They're whining like a bunch of baby back blanks.
Oh, wow.
Baby
back female dogs? Is that what you were saying?
I didn't finish that sentence.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Ben's totally right. This is such a loser's mentality. There's a
3 segments, and Brad has said I'm totally
like
right,
Brad.
so it might be more like Ben on the radio.
Be more like Brad.
Or Ben is becoming like me on the radio because our minds are aligned. Because you're totally right, Ben. This is such a loser mentality. And if I'm the New York Knicks, I'm thinking I'm already in their head. This series is already won.
I'm
They're
submitting
so soft.
0 complaints to the refs and just being like, call it how it is, guys. Even if the Knicks get a bad whistle in Indiana, I hope they find a way to win, even against a bad whistle, to just be like, you guys suck.
The only frustrating part about this is the team the Milwaukee Bucks lost to. Like, that hurts because this team, I don't respect them. They're soft. They're excusers. They're victims is what they are. I can't stand that.
But 2 could be true. The Bucks could just have not had Giannis, Dame being hurt, and they could be all those things that you said.
That's true. And that plays a role. I mean, Giannis is one of the best players on planet Earth.
Yeah, the Pacers just got exposed. That's what it was. They truly got exposed. When things are down, what do? They go cry and they say, hey, we got all these foul calls that were missed, which is kind of egregious that there were potentially 78 missed calls. I understand that. And me being Karen Wallace myself, I actually don't have much of an issue with them going into complain, but I do understand that they are front runners, and this proves it.
Kyle Karen Wallace is on the side of the Pacers.
No, I mean, listen. This is,
but that's such a soft mentality.
It is
right?
on brand. Oh, they're not going to win this. They're not going to win.
This is why you were D3.
No, it's on brand for their mentality. They have that mentality. I'm D3 because I have bad knees and I did not get the height or the athletic ability like some people around here.
I didn't get the height or athletic ability.
You're over 6 feet tall.
Hey, neither did I.
Yeah, but and that's why that's why you're a never was.
You got
like
decent height and length.
I am the second tallest member of the show.
If I was
string bean.
If I was your height, I would have been great at basketball.
Be more like Brad is saying you want to be your accountant.
A lot of prudence and logical thought behind that accountant.
Maybe you'd have an estate then. Last one for you, fellas. I finally watched the entirety of the Tom Brady roast last night. I must say I was impressed with Bill Belichick. He was very funny.
Bill's the best, man. I love Bill.
But he did a great job of leaning into it. My question for you, though, is which ESPN Wisconsin personality would you absolutely invite to the roast of you?
To speak?
Yeah, to speak.
That had to be there, you're saying?
Or to roast. Yeah, who's number one on the list that needs to roast you? Ben, I feel like you have an easy answer.
I mean, he's not technically an on-air teammate anymore, but he is our leader of Good Karma Brands Milwaukee. He was my former co-host, Scalzo and Brust. Greg Scalzo is 100% the person that I'd want to roast me. It might make me cry, but it also might make me laugh so much that it equals it out.
Don't be the Pacers. Don't be the Pacers.
I've said this.
More like Brad.
If I do happen to get married, I want Greg to speak at my wedding.
Why did you just wink?
Ooh.
I didn't wink.
Did he just wink?
Greg's a really good answer. It's a really good answer. I would want Homer because Homer has a bit of theatrics to him. Homer will deliver a roast beautifully. So I don't know what Homer would actually get me on, but man, I'll tell you what, Homer would be. I don't know what he would say, but it's going to be delivered great. It's going to be over the top, and we're probably going to be laughing by the end.
That's a good one.
I want Homer to roast me.
But there's probably going to be some stuff that you have to be okay. Like, he would unintentionally maybe cancel himself.
Yeah.
He's very careful.
See, that's the thing. I would want Ben, but the problem with Ben doing it is Ben is too young, and when you're young, they don't allow you to have an excuse for being, he said that, but he is old. Like, Homer can say what he wants, and he can blame it on the fact that he's just old and senile.
That is true.
No, for real. Old and senile.
You can't teach the old dog new tricks type
thing. He can get away with saying stuff where if Ben says something, Ben would be backpedaling all the time, having to, I didn't mean it that way. Like, I would love for you to roast me, but then all of a sudden our show would get canceled. I like this job.
You notice how Kyle and Brad both didn't take the ass-kissing route like Ben just took? Kyle literally produces the show for our CEO and founder, and he didn't pick him.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
You went straight for your boss.
I guess Craig would have been a good choice.
I'm really good at it.
Brad.
Oh, wow. I don't even. This is odd. This is awkward. Is it not? Two men throwing kissy signs at each other.
The kissing sound in a microphone. It makes
What's worse, the kissing sound or Kyle chomping on food?
Oh, Kyle chomping.
Well, see,
that's pretty bad.
Listen, my chomping, that is $1 million business. That is $1 million business. I don't see anybody signing up on OnlyFans to hear people go. I hear people signing up to go.
That's just disgusting. There's not many things that can.
Maybe I should start a business.
What sound was that? That was
him chewing.
What's the abbreviation?
ASMR, I think it is.
ASMR. There's not many things in this world that can both be $1 million business and people will sign up to hear, but also a form of torture. I mean, it can be literally both to different people because that would be torture. You played that to me for 2 hours.
Torture for some, kinky for others.
Wow. Yes, I guess that's true.
Josh chimes in, Josh in the 815. I've never met Scalzi, but I'd for sure want him to speak at my wedding too. The man has a voice of an angry angel. That is spot on. An angry angel is. I literally am going to call him that forever now. Adam chimes in and says, I can't believe I didn't pick Chewy. Nah. Chewy would be fun. Why you guys are sharing secrets? Can you talk about it on air?
ASMR is one of the hottest trends on YouTube right now. January 4th, 2024.
Can you explain? I don't know what ASMR means, which means there's a lot of people that don't know what ASMR means.
Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
That's
what it stands for.
Do you know what it means anymore now, Ben?
No, I'm even more confused.
Basically, when you make weird sounds that get people all hot and bothered inside when they hear it.
All right.
It makes me chills in the wrong way.
Look, there's so many people listening right now getting hot and heavy.
Speaking of talking about the Milwaukee Bucks earlier, it was sad to see the report from Shams that our guy, T.A. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, ruptured his Achilles. But that doesn't mean it's going to stop Thanasis from creating great content on The Thanalysis Show, which is going to feature a ton of different guests. A.J. Dillon dropped. They've had Jordan Love, the live event with Giannis, Stephen A. Smith. The content is amazing within there. So go to YouTube and subscribe to Thanalysis Show. Go to your podcast and subscribe, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get those. He's had Jay Williams on for a candid conversation, so I don't know if Jay will be invited back. We'll have to see with the Thanalysis Show. But for great content and a great time, TA's personality is great, and you get to go inside the mind of one of the Antetokounmpos, and that being Thanasis on the Thanalysis Show. We need caller 6 and caller 9 because it's time for somebody to win a $50 gift card. 800-990-3776, caller 6, caller 9. The way this game works, it's over-under. Kyle, Brad, myself, we team up to get 10 guesses to get as many right answers out of 10. Alex Strofe has an over-under line set. Caller 6, you get to choose if you want the over or the under. Caller 9, you're going to be stuck on the other side. Someone will walk away with $50 gift card. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Over under. Coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. 94.5 ESPN is the home for Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. On Sunday, it's a battle of the NL East as the Mets host the Braves in Queens.
That's off the batter's eye. There's some offense. 2-1 Atlanta. That's a wall. He jumps and is gone. A game-winning home run. The Mets have defeated the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 11th.
Our Sunday night baseball coverage begins at 5 p.m. right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
You ever have one of those days when you just couldn't come up with the right answer? Well, I know one answer that pretty much solves all problems. Ice cream. Yeah, it's the answer to everything, right? And right now, at Quick Trip, our rich, creamy, straight from our dairy, Nature's Touch 1-gallon pails of ice cream are just $4.99. Yeah, now that's an answer worth digging into. Come on, be a problem solver. Bring home some fresh, delicious Nature's Touch ice cream, only from Quick Trip.
This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain because you can't do all the outdoor stuff that you love to do. Hey, this is Brad Nortman, and if you're tired of achy joint pain, call QC Kinetics before you agree to surgery or steroids or any harmful medications. That's what tens of thousands of real-life patients around the country have done. Patients like Patrick. He loved to golf, but he couldn't even walk because of his knee pain. After his QC Kinetics regenerative treatment, he's back and his best handicap in 15 years. And Julie, a doctor told her the only way she could get relief is with knee replacement. She went to QC Kinetics for a second opinion, and now no surgery. She's riding her bike and feeling great. QC Kinetics is at the top of its game with National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field with 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, and teaching. I'd love to be talking about your story next, so don't wait. Call QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your higher love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
Experience the rebirth of an American treasure in Oconomowoc. The club at Lac La Belle is open. The redesigned course is one of Wisconsin's finest tracks at the heart of the Wisconsin Golf Trail. Named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. The club at Lac La Belle is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. See what everyone is talking about. The club at Lac La Belle is a place to experience over and over again. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman ready to give away $50 of a gift card to somebody on Over Under here. Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. Let's get right to it, Strophy.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
It is time for Over Under, where Brad, Kyle, and myself, we team up, get 10 guesses at a category that Strofe has put together. He's got the Over Under. Caller number 6 was
Chris in New Berlin.
Chris in New Berlin believes or does not believe?
He believes. He got the
believes. I like a believe. Who's stuck on the other side?
It's a battle of the Chris's. Chris and Fort Atkinson on the under.
Okay. Chris is going to win.
Congrats to Chris in advance.
Very good, very good. What is the category and what is the over-under?
The category, I need to find my timer, but the category today is, I found it, by the way. I am looking for the top 10 leaders in regular season touchdown passes last year in the NFL. The top 10 leaders in regular season touchdown passes. Talking to the callers, they think this is low. I've got it at 7.5, the over-under. You need at least 8 or more to win this week.
All right, let's be calculated, boys, all right?
You guys ready to go?
3, 2, 1. Dak Prescott, final answer.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Where's the ding, ding, ding?
I've only got 2 hands.
We know Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, final.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, final.
Got the list in front of you. That's 1, 2, 3 in order.
Yeah, we know. That's why we knocked him out. I feel like Tua.
Yeah, Tua should be on that list.
Tua final. Can you tell us where on the list, by the way?
Number 6.
I'm actually not sure Mahomes is on there. He probably is. I know, but he had a down year statistically.
Mahomes was still on that list. He still did well.
Put him on the side, maybe.
Put him on the side for now.
To be top 10, we don't think Mahomes.
Just put him on the side for now. Like, just get some other answers out there.
We got Herbert on
Goff. Goff was in the top.
That's what I was thinking. Well. Goff. Jared Goff final.
He's number 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4.
You
and
had
6.
Lamar on your fantasy team. Lamar had. Did he have more than 25 touchdown passes?
He actually had a lot of touchdown passes, not as much rushing because Gus Edwards was a vulture.
So it should have been like at least 25 because I think the leader was 33, 34 this year.
Yeah, yeah. Give me Lamar final. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
He wasn't injured, was he? Well, either way.
No. So that was only like 20.
C.J. Stroud.
Yes,
C.J. Stroud final.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, we can't get any more wrong, so we have to get the next 3 right.
Let's go via team in our division. You know, Kirk got hurt.
No Kirk. No Justin Fields. Too much transition with the Colts. The Titans, hell no. The Falcons, absolutely not. Maybe Lawrence.
See, Lawrence, I think he had like 26 touchdown passes. Something like
I'm just putting him as a maybe. So Goff.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I have Herbert here, but I don't know what type of season Herbert had.
I know. So Herbert, Lawrence, Mahomes. Start getting them out there.
Geno was probably a down year this year. Who else is in that division?
Geno was down. Niners.
Stafford's injured for a couple games.
Yep, no Stafford. No one from Vegas.
No, the East.
No one from Denver.
AFC East was trash.
No one from...
Russell Wilson, I think, was actually top 10 in touchdown passes.
What?
I think so.
What? There's no way. That offense was anemic.
Should we start with Patrick Mahomes?
30 seconds.
Mahomes final. All right, we have to get the next 2. within 30 seconds. Right now, our only answers are Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson.
Jalen Hurts didn't have enough this year.
Are we missing anybody? Like, go through the main quarterbacks that we talked about that would
Burrow
want Jordan Lowe.
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Josh Allen, final.
10, 9, 8.
Need one more.
Herbert?
7.
Herbert or Lawrence?
6.
Herbert or Lawrence?
5.
Herbert or Lawrence?
Herbert. Let's go Herbert.
3, 2,
Herbert.
1.
Herbert, final.
Was it Lawrence?
It was
it
Lawrence.
Russell?
I was going to change it.
Which one do you want me to answer?
Well, we did final. We lost.
Well, I know you lost, but which one do you want me to answer first? Because you got 2 guesses.
Lawrence.
Bradley?
Russell Wilson.
Be more like Ben and talk over everyone
Wait
and
a
make
minute,
sure
time
that you get the right answer.
Time out. Wait a minute. Russell Wilson was top 10 in touchdown passes last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just to run through the list,
Oh, the
fellas.
quarterbacks are trash in the NFL.
Last year was rough. Dak Prescott actually had 36 touchdown
36,
passes. You said
okay.
34, I believe. 36 was the leader. Jordan Love was second with 32. Brock Purdy right behind him, 31. You guys got Jared. You got the top 5. Jared Goff, number 4, had 30 touchdown passes. Josh Allen with 29. Tua tied for 5th with 29 as well. So you had the top 6. Number 7, you missed one who had a revitalizing year, rejuvenated year. You never even said his name.
I know. I knew I was missing somebody. Give me the division.
NFC South.
Derek Carr.
He's on the list, but not the name I'm thinking of.
Falcons, no.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield was number 7.
Baker.
Yeah, 4 against.
I mean, he had half of them against the Packers at Lambeau Field with that perfect passer rating.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Mahomes was 8th with 27 touchdown passes. 9th was your boy, Brad. Hey, Russell, it's Brad. 26 for him.
Hey, bud.
And bringing up the rear, I just mentioned it. Derek Carr cracked this list with 25 touchdown passes, was 10th in the league.
That's a rough year for quarterbacks.
That's
a
an
weird
ass list.
Who was the NFL MVP this year?
Lamar.
So I was
Lamar
talking to,
Jackson had
Their
less than
team
20.
was so good, and he was the leader.
I was talking to Chris and Fort Atkinson, who got the under. He swore on the phone because he thought the over was easy at 7.5. I said, dude, there's some weird names on this list.
That's a good over-under based off the fact
line.
that Baker and
Russell
and Derek Carr
all outpassed Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert,
C.J. Stroud,
Lamar, C.J.
Hurts.
Stroud was lower. I think he was 13th.
Really?
He was lower than I expected.
This plays into how good Jordan Love was.
Here we go.
No,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Think about
You're
this.
not wrong.
Think about the rosters of these teams that you have.
Well,
when you
hold
talk
on.
about
Kyle,
Jacksonville going, yes.
Kyle, think about how healthy he was. I think 24 teams started more than one quarterback last year.
I mean, he was healthy the whole season, but the team around him was boo-boo for a little bit of the year. They couldn't even run the right route.
Some of the names on this list missed games last year.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
Russell Wilson got pulled in like week 13.
That's a good point.
Quarterback play is down. It is down. You have some stars at the top.
Jordan.
No, Jordan Love.
I know I'm chanting for him. It was a good job, Jordan.
Based off the competition.
All right, we'll be back in 2 minutes. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, congrats to Chris and Fort Atkinson. I don't like losing, but Chris won, so good job. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know that the phrase "when is Mother's Day" is the most searched "when" phrase in the world? So just to be safe, let me remind you that Mother's Day is this Sunday. Yes, this Sunday. Need a bottle of wine or champagne for brunch? Or maybe a great gift idea? Remember, moms sacrifice so much for us. And it starts by going 9 months without alcohol. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for a great Mother's Day gift. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Happy Mother's Day.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I would like us a lot better if we would have won over under. I'm below an 8 right now, Strofe, after losing.
What can I do to get you back up to an 8?
Nothing you can do. I just have to be better.
You'll get him next week, Tiger.
Ben Brust, that was Alex Strofe behind the glass. Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here in the studio.
Hey, hold on a minute. You know you would have won had you
trusted Brad.
More like Brad.
Or
that answer seems so just out the blue.
He should have.
I know my guy.
He should have been more like Ben and interrupted and yelled and screamed till he got his way.
We're trying to make you stop doing it.
Be more like Ben.
Be more like Brad.
I guess a fusion of Ben and Brad would have worked perfectly last
Be
segment.
more like
a fusion.
Brad.
A fusion. With 75% Brad, 25% Ben.
Yes, a wrinkle of Ben.
800-990-3776 is your way to get into the show on the ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text Line. You can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Madison and at ESPN Milwaukee. Now, it's been kind of an interesting story going around that Dontavian Wicks and Jaden Reed, 2 of the young pups, the up-and-comers on the Green Bay Packers wide receiver room. They got a Verbo together. For those who don't know what a Verbo is, it is like an Airbnb where you rent a place where you go out to a different area and you can stay there. And they got together and they're working out together. And so, look, all I'm going to say right now is I'm a little bit nervous about how the wide receiver room is going to transpire. I think it is potentially a good problem, a good nervous, but it also could be a bad nervous. I lean more towards good. But when you think about where these young kids are at, right? And I've actually had a lot of fun listening to Jason Wilde break down the dynamic of all this. They have a lot of young talent, right? Not all 4 of the young talent that we think about right away. Like, there are some other guys as well. But the main 4 you think about are Jaden Reed, who led the team as a rookie in receiving yards, Christian Watson, Mr. Hamstring himself, Romeo Dobbs, who's been probably the most consistent of them all the last 2 years, and then Dontavian Wicks is the guy with probably the most potential that kind of catches everyone's eye. How do those 4 end up all in Happy Land in a position which, as we all talk about, is a little bit about me, right? It's great that Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, their boys, they're working out together. But when you get in a season and your targets aren't where they're at or your production's not where it's at, when does that boil up? Brad, you've been in a locker room. Am I at least in the right spot in thinking that we shouldn't just think it's all roses heading into the year with 4 first and second year guys, I guess second and third year guys now, that none of them have a 5th-year option because they weren't drafted in the first round. So there's going to be a lot of guys playing for pay as well. And without performance, there's not pay. You know that more than anybody as it came to the end of your career.
No, you're exactly right. And when you're a rookie, you just want to prove that you belong. But then when you get into your second year, you want to prove that you more than belong. Like, you can be a player. By the time you get to year 3, year 4, you're thinking, I want to get paid like the player I've established myself to be. So we're not there yet when it comes to how many receptions am I getting, how many targets am I getting. But that day will come. And Jordan Love is going to spread it around to them. He's going to find the open man. So I imagine that once we get to not this upcoming year, but next year, for sure the year after, that's when these guys are going to be really stressed out about making sure they get theirs. But this is where the tone and the culture of the organization matters so much. A strong leader in Jordan Love matters so much. Because those kind of personalities, they can be managed. And if you trust Goody and his draft process to get not only the right player, but the right personality through the door, then those stresses can be at least brought down to a simmer, not a full boil. It's going to be an issue, though, because I think if you fast forward 4 seasons, at most 2 of these guys are going to be on the roster. 2 of the 4 big wide receivers are going to be on the roster.
Oh, wow.
They're not going to be worried about it right now, but they're going to be worried about it in a couple of years. So Jordan Love, it's on him to make sure that guys stay happy for now. You throw it to the open man. But it's going to be an issue at some point. I just don't think it'll be a couple of years from now.
800-990-3776. I'm a little nervous that there's 4 young wide receivers in the same room. Could be a good problem, but also could boil up. And here's Kyle Wallace to tell us why we shouldn't be worried at all.
You should not be worried whatsoever. Let's focus on now and not the future. We should focus on growing the team now and not the future. And I was once in the space where I saw that Rodgers to Adams connection. I said, man, we need to have one stud star receiver for the Green Bay Packers. And then I remembered back, because I was a prisoner of the moment, right? The Green Bay Packers had Adams. They had Adams. What a shock. They had Adams and nobody else for Rodgers to throw to. Rodgers trying to force feed him, right? And then this season, I got a chance to remember how great a football team can be, how great the Green Bay Packers offense can be when you actually have a plethora of wide receiver weapons that you can distribute the ball to. It reminds me of what we had before. They're not at this level, but it reminds me that the Packers, when they were at their best, when they won the Super Bowl, who did they have? They had Greg Jennings. They had Jordy Nelson. They had Donald Driver. They had James Jones. They had Randall Cobb. They had Jermichael Finley. That is what we are trying to replicate.
You're comparing him to one like a Sports Illustrated cover.
But that's what I'm saying. These guys have the potential. Again, out of all those guys, none of those guys are real superstars. Greg Jennings got a big payday. These were all really good receivers, but they were never pure great number ones, Hall of Fame conversation number ones like our boy Devontae Adams was. If we can replicate that type of receiver room, when you have the weapons that we have now in a Watson, when you have the weapons we have now with my boy Reed, when you have Dobbs, when you have all these great up-and-coming wide receivers, add in the tight ends as well, that is how you can build a championship here in Green Bay. So I am good where we are at, and I'm not going to focus on the future and paying the guys. I'm going to focus on them developing and growing into champions together.
When I think about, especially the teams that were in the conference finals in the Super Bowl, right? All these quarterbacks, they had, and it's obviously up for discussion on, I got rid of Tyreek Hill, but they had Travis Kelce, right? Mahomes had his go-to guy. You have Brock Purdy, who had a plethora of stud weapons that he could go to. You think about Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a go-to guy. Laporta can be a go-to guy. Does Jordan Love, from your 6 years, Brad, in the NFL, did it feel as if in those third and five, right, 3rd and 6, in those moments, is it important to have the more trustworthy guy that you have a little bit more cohesion with to ensure a first down?
You'd like to have something that is borderline indefensible. That you look at it and just say, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. You can't defend it, right? I mean, it's not like Travis Kelce is moving fast or Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got guys, when the quarterback is so good and the wide receiver tight end is so good, you can't really do anything to defend it on any given play. So, yeah, it does matter. And that's why the Packers are going to need somebody, whether it be Musgrave, whether it be one of these wide receivers, whether it be Tucker Kraft, somebody will have to emerge as a marquee pass catcher to help Jordan Love not just be a great quarterback, but be an elite quarterback. But here's what it always comes down to, though. All those guys, they're nothing without a great quarterback. The team that you listed off there, Kyle, that won the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, all those guys, except for Donald Driver, at one point went their separate ways. What did they do after the Green Bay Packers?
Diddly squat poo?
Nothing, because they didn't have Aaron Rodgers. It's the quarterback that makes the pass catcher, not the pass catcher that makes the quarterback. So the quarterback always has to be the focus. You supplement from there. That's why I'm not particularly worried if one of these guys doesn't emerge as a true bona fide number one, because Jordan Love will elevate their talent. You can always go back to the well in the draft to find a guy to do that. But it's the quarterback that's the first primary concern, not the pass catcher.
I would like to take a look, though, because when you talk about that Super Bowl team, right, and it's a lofty comparison to where these young guys are in comparison to where those guys were in their career.
I would say I know that, but I would say year one, some of these guys shined maybe brighter or just as bright as some of those guys that came up for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, the difference is that receiving core was sprinkled with some veterans and some young. These guys are just so young.
They are.
I mean, you don't know if you have a number one guy.
A lot of them grew into, other than Donald Driver, those guys are pretty young.
Yeah. Well, the older guys that are no longer with us would be.
Oh wow!
You're gonna bury
in the end. It's not for long.
You're gonna bury
Not for long. Lee.
Just like
they're
that.
not dead. I just been dead in the NFL.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, it happens to all
Dead
of us.
to
This
us.
is why when you don't make it,
You're dead.
Don't disrespect
You're dead.
Brad like that.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you are
I'm
dead.
a corpse.
You
I'm
are
a corpse
you are
just
dead.
sitting
You're just
here.
speaking on the radio.
That's right.
Be
I'm a
more
puppet.
like Brad.
Well, for instance, you have PGA players that when they're dead from the PGA, they rise in the PGA Tour Championship.
That's right.
That was very good. He was talking to me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I have set you up, Strofe. I've set him up beautifully. It's all freaking week.
I cut in right there. I thought for some reason I had that one.
Kyle just looked at me dead. He's like,
It's been a brutal week for Kyle.
He teed me up for it. I'm waiting for it, but I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to break.
He teed you up for it.
But sounds good. The transition was go to break. I'm ready to listen to what he got to say.
Well,
to get
because
my
Jason
response.
Wilde's coming up next, and I think
Okay.
he'd be smarter than me
Oh, yeah,
to compare the young wide receivers to the Super Bowl team. So I figured he could tell us about the FM Championship. We can get to the expert.
Exactly. Y'all all should watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and defending champion Steve Stricker at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to the University Ridge Golf Course Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June 9th. Tournament week includes an exciting concert featuring 3-time Grammy Award-winning Train on Friday, June 7th at Breeze Stevens Field. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Look forward to talking to Jason Wilde next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
See you again.
Oh, you need some.
And then I said, I appreciate it. The same goes for you. Let me know if anything I can do for you. Obviously, what am I going to do for Russell Wilson? You're the man.
Babysit his kids when they go to their
BFF.
Fake relationship of all time.
No way.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, starting things off with a little bit of action on 41 southbound, right about at North Avenue. The left shoulder is blocked with a broken down vehicle, so we're starting to see delays stretching back towards Hampton Avenue. On northbound 43, backing up around the North Avenue curve all the way up to Keefe. Southbound slow from Hampton down to Keefe. Westbound 94 is backed up out of the Marquette interchange, pretty much all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. After that, you are good to go into Waukesha County. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's College Night Thursdays. College students get a free Dave & Buster's Power Card when you show your college ID. Dave & Buster's College Night Thursdays, 9 p.m. to close. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, sprinkles early, then partly cloudy skies, low of 44 at the lake, 40 inland. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny with a chance for evening showers, a high of 63. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The NTT IndyCar Series is coming up June 6th through the 9th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tout, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
You are looking live. I am looking live at like 18 different things. I've got my glasses on. I can read it. If you don't want to do it, fine. I'll just lean over.
I got it.
Trade proposal. No, forget you. You had your chance. And you compared me to your grandpa. May he rest in peace.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey guys, it's Brad Nortman here to tell you about a great offer at Bank 5-9. I know we're all looking for ways to save our money, and at Bank 5-9, you can earn more by opening a money market account today. With rates as high as 5.3%, you'll earn more while working with a true local community bank. Be sure to check out their great CDs too. Helping you save more of your money is another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better. For details, visit bank59.com/MM specials. Member FDIC.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
Kessler's has diamond pendants for Mother's Day.
Diamond pendants for only $70.
Mother's Day celebrates motherhood.
And it's always appropriate to give a Mother's Day gift to a mom.
Diamond pendants for only $70.
Your mother is a mother.
Your wife may be a mother.
Your girlfriend may be a mother.
Your sister may be a mother.
Your grandmother's certainly a mother.
You might even have a coworker who is a mother.
Motherhood needs to be celebrated.
Always.
You heard the part about the $70, right?
Giving a diamond pendant to a mom who wasn't expecting it is one of the greatest joys you'll ever experience.
The surprise on their face when you say Happy Mother's Day is worth 10 times the price you paid.
They'll remember that gift forever.
And you will, too.
Welcome to Kessler's, where you can buy a diamond Mother's Day pendant for just $70.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you.
That music means Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch from 9 to noon across ESPN Wisconsin is joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, which is who we are. Jason, good day.
It is a good day. How you guys doing?
You know, we're doing quite well. We just had a fun conversation. I'd say part of how I got to where I was just by listening to you on Wilde and Tausch and the Homer Hour discuss the wide receiver room. And I don't look at this as a negative, but it's something that just makes me, it just makes me a little bit nervous, right? You got these second year and third year guys.
You don't look at it as a negative. I'm looking right now because I'm tuned in on X. And it's teased to me as Packers wide receiver concerns. Giannis to the Knicks. Jay Williams thinks so. So if a concern is always negative.
Well,
you can't say it's a positive concern.
The title of the YouTube is to garner some people in with maybe a little clickbait, little Tausch Tausch headline-ish, get them to click for the first sentence.
Other people do the work.
Yes. But as we're going through those guys, right? I would say there's like a main four, and there's other guys that have contributed, and maybe will. You have Wicks, you have Dobbs, you have Watson, and you have Reed, right? Just take those four, for example. It just makes me a little nervous that you guys have second year and third year guys. We talked about how Reed and Wicks are at the Verbo working out together, but you made a point, like sooner or later, without production, there's no pay. None of these guys are first-round draft picks with fifth-year options, so it's just like, do you get nervous at all about the situation of the four young guys together?
No, I don't get nervous at all. But again, I'm not a fan, so it doesn't really bother me if they're awful or awesome. My job's the same. Now, that said, it's certainly more compelling if they're awesome and they're the greatest show on hybrid turf, like they have at Lambeau Field. But look, I would much rather have four young guys that I think all could be good than to have one guy that I think is good and two guys that I'm like, well, maybe they can make the jump and not completely suck, and then have a fourth guy, well, that guy needs a lot of work, right? I mean, the four that you mentioned, obviously there's a question mark with Watson's durability. Obviously there's a question mark with Wicks in that he doesn't have a whole lot on his resume. Like I think 29 of his catches were in the second half of the season, though. His arrow, in my opinion, was pointing way up. And while he is nowhere near being Devontae Adams and has light years to go before he can even really, truly, authentically be mentioned in the same sentence, he has some of the same skill set. Now it's up to him to do the work that Devontae did to parlay that skill set into greatness. but you see glimpses of what he's capable of. Dobbs, I always compare him to James Jones, that reliable red zone, third down possession type receiver. I think Romeo Dobbs is already a good NFL wide receiver. How good and how good will he be? I'm not sure. And then, Jaden Reed showed some things that make you think this guy could be special. Again, he's the one that has some Randall Cobb qualities, but he seems a little bit more sturdy. At the same time, he dealt with injuries, right? He had a chest injury. He dealt with an ankle. He dealt with some other stuff. So, look, none of these guys, none of the four you mentioned, and then further down the depth chart, the Bo Meltons, the Malik Heaths, the Samari Tourés, the Grant Duboses. Now they've added Dimitri Stanley, the son of Walter Stanley. None of these guys are anything close to being fully proven, fully formed NFL wide receivers. But there's a lot to like about all of them. And someday you're certainly hoping, if you're a Packers fan, that one or two of them evolve to the point where, ideally it's 1A and 1B. You got two guys that are legit number one NFL wide receivers, and that would be ideal. There's been years where you could have said that about Jordy and Greg Jennings, or Jordy and Devontae, or if you're old enough, Antonio Freeman and Robert Brooks. So the possibilities are there, but I don't think there's, clickbait or not, I don't think there's anything concerning about their wide receiver group. I think it's all just they've got a lot of potential. Now they've got to realize it.
Jason, were you at the assistant coaches' press conferences today?
I was. I wouldn't miss it. That's why I'm in such a good mood.
Excellent. I can tell that you're high on the 1 out of 10 scale that the Strofe so loves to ask us. What are you 1 out of 10? Got to ask. Strofe asks us every day.
Well, here's my concern, and I voiced this to Strofe. I am in such a good mood that I can only anticipate that you three knuckleheads are going to ruin it.
Well, if you're starting that high,
that's a safe bet.
That's the only place for you to go. It's continue to spiral downward.
Kyle, just don't make him pick one of the four wide receivers that he thinks is going to be the best.
I want to know how I want him to pick his favorite assistant coach that Brad's going to ask him about.
Well, before you pick your favorite assistant coach that you're probably going to write story after story on, I would love to know what the tone that was being set by the defensive coaches were. Because we've heard Hafley a couple times, but I believe this is the first time we're hearing from the assistant defensive coaches, which are going to be very hands-on with their position groups. What was sort of the tone that you were hearing that they're trying to implement, particularly compared to the last couple of years?
Yeah, first of all, super disappointing that the longtime NFL punter doesn't ask special teams questions, because I had a great back and forth with Rich Bisaccia on a number of topics, and I really do enjoy my interactions with Rich Bisaccia, even if he's facetiously saying that I'm an amazing person, which he did say today, by the way.
Not facetiously.
No, he
Honestly.
was definitely being facetious. No, I think he was being facetious. But he and I have a really fun rapport, and I enjoy our jousting. Now, that said, I think, there is certainly, kind of like we were just talking about with the wide receivers, there is an excitement and anticipation and a potential about this defense. Now, Jason Rebrovich, who was their pass rush specialist coach, and he was their edge rusher coach, and he had a bunch of different titles, outside linebackers. He's now the defensive line coach. I didn't love his analogy about how the defensive linemen are like the Navy SEALs. They're the SEAL team. They go in first, which I don't know about that. But, he's got a real excitement about how aggressive this defense is going to be. And I, frankly, and maybe this will come back to haunt him, but I asked him, okay, so you talk about how aggressive and up the field you're going to be. What are the dangers? What are the perils? What are the drawbacks? And he said there are no drawbacks. Uh-oh. And I kind of wanted to say, really? Because I've watched enough football games where if you have guys that are super aggressive getting up the field, I've seen them get gashed for big plays because a guy's out of his gap getting aggressive up the field, and suddenly now it's off to the races, or the running back is gone, or the quarterback has a opportunity to make a big play. So we'll see. They're certainly going to have moments where their aggression may not be perfectly executed. But that was the theme. Like, I'll say this, Rebrovich was a little over the top. If you thought that Anthony Campanile, who was the coach for the Dolphins last year, that on the in-season Hard Knocks, he had that rant with his guys about playing for people you love, that went viral and got a lot of attention. I really enjoyed him because he was not the cartoon character that he may have appeared to be in that clip from Hard Knocks.
That's actually good to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, that's exactly what Domofsky and I were talking about. Like, we kind of went into it going, God, if this guy is just all gas, no brakes, intensity guy, even talking to us, that then is going to ring a little bit hollow and a little bit phony, right? And to his credit, he wasn't. Like, you could feel his passion. You could certainly understand his background. He's been friends with Jeff Hafley for a long time. His dad is a well-known high school coach in New Jersey. There's a lot of there with him, but it wasn't phony. And I totally agree with what you said. That's a good thing, because I was a little worried it might be. But again, look, one of my other favorites, and I'm not going to pick one so Kyle doesn't have to bother to even ask. I really like Ryan Downard, who coaches their defensive backs, their safeties. I even said this to him in our Q&A session with him. Like, he's kind of like a younger and slightly taller Jeff Hafley. And Jeff Hafley's been a huge mentor to him. He's still a young guy. He's only 35, so he's got a ways to go in his coaching journey. But he's got a stud now in the back end with Xavier McKinney. Like, I think there's a real excitement on that side of the ball about just how special they believe he is and how special he'll be in this system. So I think that was one of the themes, and then aggressiveness was also one of the themes, Brad.
Yeah, I saw Hafley gushing about Xavier McKinney. I'm excited to see what that looks like on the field. But, Jason, it's been real quiet on the front for Jordan Love and his extension. Any updates, or are we shocked at all about, like, there's just been no noise whatsoever about maybe something happening, especially after the excitement that our GM Brian Gutekunst had about trying to get something done quickly?
Kyle, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this. Goody told us it's not going to happen quickly. He certainly is enthusiastic about extending him. That party's, you're right. We know what he's about. But he told us 2 months ago, hey, it's going to be a process. It's going to take a while. And to me, the reason why that's interesting, and I know, I referenced you the other day. You and Matt Hamilton, man, you guys wear the same green and gold colored glasses. And I love that about you. I do. Because it's people like you that are passionate and care about this team as much as you guys do that allow me to have a job and allow me to be relevant. But I am curious, like, the Packers, their responsibility, no matter how much they may be smitten with Jordan, no matter the fact that Goody drafted him and he's a great guy and he's a great leader and he's texted all the draft picks right after they get picked, all those great things, it's also their job to be fiscally responsible. And if they can pinch a penny or two and get him for, I don't know, throw out a number, 47, 48 million a year average, okay, instead of 51 million, that's their job to do it. And maybe they end up at 51 eventually or whatever. I know Adam Schefter told Jen, Gabe, and Chewy that he fully expects the first number of his average per year to be a 5, and that's great. But it's their job to try and get the best bargain possible so then they have money to spend elsewhere. And every $1 million they save on their franchise quarterback is $1 million they can spend on somewhere else to help their franchise quarterback win.
So you think this is more of the Packers than it is Jordan Love?
I have no idea, Kyle. And frankly, like, I don't know what if you're his agents, what are you asking for to open? I would assume you're asking for more than Burrow as your opener.
Yeah, I would assume you should do that, yes.
Even though you know you won't get that. Or you maybe you don't know
ask
that,
for
but
it
you
because
don't
the salary
expect
cap's
to
going to
get
go up, right? Because people get paid a lot of money based off what the salary cap is going to be in the future. Isn't that the way they do it, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, they also get paid based on what they've accomplished. And for as excited as you are about Jordan Love, and you're not alone, and I have no problem with you being excited. You should be excited. What he did last year should give you confidence that he is going to be him. Did I do that right?
That is
how
correct.
you young people do that? Yeah, that's me. But you also have to protect yourself in case he's not him, and he's just better than your average guy. And so, again, I think one of the things Goody was trying to inoculate us against, or, if you're Aaron Rodgers, immunize us against, is that this is not going to happen immediately just because we love Jordan and we saw how good he was. Don't expect, the calendar to turn to May 3rd and we're going to sign him to another extension because that's the first day he's eligible for one after last year's half-measure contract. And it sounds to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds to me like you were kind of hoping that was going to be the case. And the fact that now we're all the way to May 9th and it hasn't happened yet. What's the holdup here, man?
It's just been real quiet.
Kyle's waking up every day thinking his ESPN breaking news alert's going to come up.
Checking it.
Maybe it's quiet because they're working on it, and maybe it'll be done in June, right?
Holy cow, we have some. I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be perfect.
While we were doing this?
No, I'm with you, Jason. It's also, it's probably a tough, I wonder if it'll be a tough conversation. This isn't really a question because I don't have time, but it is true that the 8-game sample size is great, but can they also use that as part of a negotiation of we didn't have a full 17 games, we believe in you, but I don't know, that has to be factored in. Am I wrong?
It does. We love you. We think you're going to be really great. We're happy to pay you. Here's what we're happy to pay you. I mean, look, they lowball everyone. I mean, ask Bulaga next time you talk to him about the second contract he signed. He had proven himself. He was really good. I'm sure their opening offer, him and his agent were like, what the hell? Really? And that's why, to Kyle's point, David Mugoleta should do the same thing with his asking price to open for his client. He should put that number at a big number too. So I don't, again, it is going to be a process. This should not be a concern of any kind, to use your word concern, should not be a concern of any kind until we're a couple days in front of training camp. And then if I was Jordan Love and I want to mitigate my risk, I would like to have my contract done before I set foot on the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would like. So I can get that life-changing money, and I know that I don't have to worry about crossing Oneida Street and getting hit by a bus or tearing my ACL on the practice field. I want that money hitting my bank account. And I don't know if that'll happen by then or not. It might take a few days into training camp before it does.
That's Jason Wilde. Listen to Jason every weekday, Monday through Friday, 9 to noon across these very stations. Thanks for the time, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
You just heard where to hear him. Catch him on YouTube. Catch him on all of our shows. He's everywhere. He's Jason Wilde, as Strofe likes to put it, 3-time Sports Writer of the Year. More or less questions that Kyle gets to ask each time that Jason joins?
More.
I think less.
I thought it was a pretty good question. We're curious. There's been silence on the front.
More or less. Over or under?
Catch the setup.
I mean, come on.
I thought that was
that was
a softball.
Louise.
Oh, I didn't know I had two of them. But I love to talk about them all the time. More or less be Ben, you got to be more direct with me, but you shouldn't be direct unless you're playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So make sure you sign up today, and when you sign up, use promo code KBN. Yes, promo code KBN, and there is a special invitation when you do that. You get a special mystery pick on your first pick'em entry, but also there is a deposit offer that they give you. I absolutely love playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, you can do it all, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today by visiting them in the mobile app store or visiting UnderdogFantasy.com. That is UnderdogFantasy.com using promo code KBN. Remember, must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern to play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ntpgambling.org.
You know, Brad, you're very coachable. Kyle, you need to
be more like Brad.
More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Giannis does look like a longer, he beats on his body, kind of plays so rough you wonder about. Shut up, Max. Yeah.
I'm not letting that one pass.
Yeah, I just realized beats on his body. I meant physical,
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Physicality down
come
there.
On, Kyle.
No, you guys are, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure your minds are in the gutter. Grow up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do have some backups right now because of an issue. Westbound 894 at 60th Street. Broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane. That's backing things up all the way into the Mitchell interchange. Other than that, westbound 94, we've got backups out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side, just east of Barker Road, looks like we've got an incident that's off on the right shoulder. Enough to start bunching things a little bit right through that area. Northbound on 43, backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue up towards Keith as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time at club@laclabelle.com. Check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Sprinkles early, partly cloudy skies after that. Low of 44 at the lake, 40 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. Chance for evening showers, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
Spring is here, and your Milwaukee and Chicago area IKEA stores are rolling the savings outdoors for the annual sidewalk sale. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, Bolingbrook, and Schaumburg from May 10th to the 27th for a wide variety of furniture and home furnishings at big discount. New products will be added throughout the sale. And don't miss IKEA's Sidewalk Sale Super Saturdays, May 11th, 18th, and 25th, where the first 200 IKEA family members receive a $25 gift card. Not an IKEA family member yet? Visit IKEA.com/US to sign up today.
All Brewers games are on sale now. Coming up, a divisional battle with the Cardinals Thursday, May 9th through Sunday the 12th. Make your Saturday night plans for Star Wars night. Then take home a Mother's Day Brewers belt bag giveaway at the game on Sunday the 12th. Presented by American Family Insurance. Don't miss out on a weekend of rivalry baseball. Grab your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
get when you combine grilled-to-order deliciousness with only the finest Wisconsin cheeses? Cousin Sub's new Wisconsin cheesesteaks, featuring either steak or chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, sautéed onions, and their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. It's a match made in dairy heaven. And the decadence doesn't stop there. Pair your Wisconsin cheesesteak with their new Orange Dream Shake. All are available for a limited time only. Order in store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Shots fired from the producer to the host. It's going to be a fight after the show. Unfortunately, I wish I could do this more often, like right now in the playoffs, by going to Bucks in 6 to hear the comments in the locker room, an in-depth recap. In 6 minutes, no more, no less, Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. So if you miss any of those games and you just want to relive the big moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after, so catch what will be high-flying dunks and what we believe to be deep threes from Dame. Catch the comments and everything post-game. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. You didn't raise the... There we go. Focus up, kid.
Be more like Brad.
You're a good producer. YouTube, at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee is where you can see our pretty faces. Ryan chimes in, says he took off today due to food poisoning, which is absolutely brutal. Feel for you, Ryan. I'm watching y'all on the YouTube. Benny, I love that you are snuggling the rock. That is me with the basketball. Kyle, you look great.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that.
Brad, you look a lot bigger than I thought.
Okay, I'll take that.
He says, my bad, Brad. I'd like for all of you to go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison and just comment about Alex Strofe. Alex Strofe, if you don't mind tossing yourself up there, he is in the 4 box now.
Hello.
Wave to everyone, say hi. Pick on him as much as possible. You can text in, you can YouTube in. What are your thoughts on Alex Strofe?
You know, that was the one thing is when we launched The Truth, I remember my mom was like, I wonder what everybody looks like. And when she saw him, she said, oh, they don't sound anything like they look.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. It's like meeting your heroes in a weird way, where it's like you think somebody looks like someone based on their voice, and then you actually see them, and it totally shatters the image you have for them.
Oh, there's so many funny interviews post-game of, like, basketball and football where you, like, hear someone speaking, like, wait, what? Is that the person with the voice, with the face that I see watch play? I don't know. It's hard for us because we look at each other every day, but I do remember listening to people on the radio growing up and wonder, like, you have an image of what they look like, and then when you see them, you're like, huh, it's not what I was thinking.
Brad's much bigger than we expected.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'm kind of wearing like a loose Milwaukee Brewers shirt today, too.
You do look, your shoulders look very broad, well put together.
I'll take it. Is that upper body lift that we did, all those push-ups we did the other day?
Yeah, I got
Ben's still feeling a little sore. Ben did go to failure, though.
Oh, my gosh. I could barely do, like, 10 right now. It's still so sore in that
That's a
back
good
area.
feeling, though. I'm telling you.
It is.
I love that soreness feeling. I know I'm a meathead, but...
I know. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to be more like Brad because, like, I'm an all or nothing guy. I'm either going to work out.
I love that about you. For the record,
Brad is roasting me.
For the record, I love that about you, Ben.
Whereas, like, all right, I'm going to eat, I'm going to drink, I'm going to get a little tubby. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what? I got to lose this. But, like, it's just so hard to get started.
Yeah. I've heard, staying in shape is easier than getting in shape. That's for sure. Because like there's been times look, guys, this might surprise you.
Tubby Brad?
I have not Tubby Brad, but let's not go that far. But taking a minute off, taking a week off here or there. When I try to get back into it, I'm like, I can't do it. This is it. I'm done. I'm done working out. It takes a few days to do it, but that feeling of getting back into shape is horrible.
The first comment on YouTube is an all-time compliment to Alex Strofe. Did you see this one? Garrett chimes in. Strofe kind of looks like Dan Radcliffe with a beard.
You know, I always thought he looked like somebody.
That's pretty good.
And I thought you looked more like from The Hobbit, the guy from The Hobbit.
Which one?
You're not referring to The Hobbit, right?
You look at The Hobbit.
The main character in The Hobbit.
Frodo?
Not Frodo. Oh, no, Frodo, yes. Not
Well, it's Lord of the Rings.
No, Gollum. I think of Gollum. But yeah, Frodo.
Geez.
He reminds me of Frodo, does he not?
It's even more reason
But
to go
Frodo
look.
doesn't have a beard.
Well, process. But yeah, you look
like Dubby.
You remind me of Frodo, and you do remind me of Daniel Radcliffe.
Frodo's got some pretty eyes. I've heard Daniel Radcliffe many times.
Have you ever done Harry Potter at Halloween?
No, I probably should, though.
Got to do that.
I guess it might not be that great of a compliment because I think Harry Potter and Daniel, like, he's kind of a dork.
Well, yeah, he's not 14 anymore.
I know, but I'm saying, like, even as he grows up, he's still Harry Potter. Like, you have the actor or actress that will always be the one thing. Like Jim Halpert. Jim Halpert will always be, or whatever his actor name is, John Krasinski. Or
his actor name, his real name?
Yeah, he's always going to be Jim Halpert forever. I know he's in Jack Ryan, what I just watched, but I still think of him as Jim Halpert. 800-990-3776. Which actor will always be their character? I'm curious as to what KBN Nation can come up with there. 800-990-3776. Like, at this point, Steve Carell is Michael Scott as well. I know I've done 2 Office references, but there are definitely some that I'm missing. Like, to me,
I would say that entire cast.
Is Tom Cruise always Maverick from Top Gun, or is he the Mission Impossible guy?
Well, if there's a question, then you don't fall into this category.
You're right.
Tom Cruise has a lot of range.
Daniel Radcliffe is Harry Potter.
Jennifer Aniston is Rachel Green.
Who is
from
Rachel
Friends?
Green?
Yeah, Friends.
I would say the initial one of Frodo, the guy that played Frodo, he's always that. I've seen him in a couple other movies. Dude's always Frodo to me.
I like this. 800-990-3776. I know KBN Nation will come through. What actors look like they're what? You said this good. You're a better host than me. Oh, shoot, don't cut that.
I'm cutting that one. You did it again. Which actors will always be their characters?
Which actors will always be their characters? 800-990-3776. Speaking of TV shows, How I Met Your Mother, we're going to hear soon how Brad met Lexi. Coming up next. Easy.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
My offer, as we've come up with it at KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who is still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Trade proposal, Christian Watson. Packers receive Justin Jefferson. I think I found a way for us to get Ayuk, Jefferson, and T. Higgins and not have to give up all that much.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Pat Riley has a line that he uses for the playoffs that people have quoted many times. Use 8, rotate 7, play 6, trust 5. Tibbs doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't.
But
he says use 8. And when he's saying use 8, he's saying that I'm not putting that 8th guy out there for that 8th guy's production. What I'm trying to do is make sure that I'm continuing to get production from the 5 guys that I do trust.
Yeah.
Like Kenny Smith made the point. He says you can play a guy, 44, 45 minutes as opposed to 37, 38 minutes. You're probably getting the same production. But what happens in those 7 or 8 extra minutes, and this is me speaking, is that you open the door for a guy to have a stress injury, an overuse injury. And that's the part that you wonder whether or not a Tibbs coach team actually has the gas to go on a deep playoff run.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Giannis Antetokounmpo sits down with special guests on The Analysis Show. Presented by Carbless Ready-to-Drink Cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find The Analysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching The Analysis Show.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Miss Polly side, come on over tonight. You told me you don't know your feelings. Can we focus on mine? I think
I'm sorry, Strofe.
What the hell was that?
I like to talk to the fans when they call in.
Yeah, and then you hang up on them.
I pressed the hold button.
I'm on the phone with, I think his name was Trevor, and I go, hold on, Trevor, I literally need to yell at Ben. And he heard me yell at you, and he goes, oh, Jesus. What did I get myself into? So, Trevor, I'm sorry. Ben hung up on you. I
hung up on like 3 people on accident, and I love all of them. So sorry.
Really messy.
800-990-3776. What I do want to do is to continue to get responses on the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. We're going to hear from our callers. And if you want to call again, I promise not to answer the phone. See, someone's calling. I'm not going to touch that one. I won't do it. What actors will forever look like their characters on a TV show? This stemmed from Jim Halpert, Michael Scott, Alex Strofe looking like Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter. So Brad's got some, Kyle's got some. KBN Nation's got some.
I got some good ones, too.
Oh, Brad. Oh, wow.
Feel good about mine.
Kyle's probably taking notes about the Green Bay Packers. Has nothing to do with what
Sign that man.
Sign Jordan Love. Coming up next in Madison is Rutledge and Hamilton. What we're going to do is hear from you all next in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. And as always, streaming on YouTube to see our beautiful faces at ESPN Milwaukee. Back in 2 minutes with you, KBN Nation.
you're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool. I just don't believe it.
Delays westbound on 94. Backing up out of the Marquette interchange all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Also southbound 43 heavy ride from Hampton Avenue down almost to Locust. Northbound slow out of the Marquette all the way to Keefe. And then 894 westbound backed up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 60th Street. Construction delays as well as a broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane at 60th Street, adding to your complications there. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at GreatLakesDragaway.com. And checking the TMT for Storm Team forecast. Tonight, sprinkles early, then partly cloudy skies, a low of 44 at the lake, 40 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with the chance for evening showers, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
And we are asking KBN Nation here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, what actors will forever look like their characters, TV show or movie? I'm Ben Brust, next to Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe, and I bickering in between the break, as per usual. You're a good producer. Making Brad Nortman uncomfortable because he hates conflict.
True.
So here we are with a lot of submissions. And let's just go to the phone lines because I accidentally hung up on this person. Trevor, I don't know where you're from because Strofe didn't put it. He sucks at producing. You're up. You're a good producer.
I'm from Stoughton. I just got back into town. Jason Alexander will forever be George Costanza.
Done and done.
Great one.
Give him a ding, ding, ding.
Very good.
I like that one. Thank you, Trevor. I don't know why I decided to chew
You're
on
eating in the middle of the show?
I'm trying to be like Brad. It's a protein bar.
Yeah, you know what Brad doesn't do? He doesn't eat in the middle of the show. He waits until the damn commercial break to eat his food.
Mike in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
Mike in Arizona, 800-990-3776. You're up.
Jeez.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. Who do you got?
Well, I missed the second part about the fact that what they look like in real life, so I'm just going to use honorable mention for the last one. But Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates in Psycho. Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
That's a good one.
And I would still say Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. I know he doesn't look exactly like that in real life, but when you see him, you can't help but put them together.
Couple of submissions from Mike in Arizona. Thank you for the call, Mike. I'm going to take a quick bite of this protein bar. Let's go to Dave in Greenfield. Dave, 800-990-3776. Which actor will forever look like their character?
Well, my character is Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini. I think he will always be Tony Soprano.
That is a good one as well. The one that struck me on the text line was absolutely Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Like that. That is hands down number one. And I'm a Marvel nerd. I cried at Endgame.
But he's been in other movies.
Yeah, but
so like that.
Yeah, but like they had to pay him so much money to stay in that 10-year-long series, and he was the star. He was it.
I just remember him dressing up as blackface in a movie. Remember?
No, I do not remember. Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It was the
That's
whole
a hilarious
It was the point of him doing that in the movie they were filming.
Now let's see here. We got a couple of others. Tom Cruise will always be his role from Tropical Thunder. How did we get two Tropical Thunder references, and what actors will always be their character?
And powerful movie.
Powerful. Very powerful. Dave from Aaron, Sheldon will always be Sheldon.
That The Big Bang Theory? Is that what that's a reference to?
I think the show is called Sheldon.
Is it a spinoff from The Big Bang Theory?
The kid is Sheldon.
Young Sheldon is the name of that.
Oh,
never watched it.
Bo from Fort Atkinson, Fez will always be Fez from that 70s.
Or he'll be the dude from Yo Mama.
Pat.
Nobody remember that.
Sick reference, bro.
Well, y'all don't remember where he had the show Yo Mama?
Ed O'Neill will always be Al Bundy.
Yes, that was the first one on my list.
All right, if you guys, Brad teased Mr. Brad. Everyone be like Brad.
All
right. He said he has a great list, and I'll continue to get to you, KBN Nation.
Okay. Johnny Depp will always be Captain Jack Sparrow.
You never seen the movie Blow, huh?
You can see other movies, but they will always be.
But Captain, he will always be Jack Sparrow.
Are we saying? I thought we were saying when we see the person, we see that in them.
Yeah, when I see Johnny Depp, I just see Jack Sparrow.
Strofe, me and Brad are doing
I
this.
mean, I agree. I just also see him in a courtroom against Amber Heard.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, wow. Or Willy Wonka. That's real life that you just brought up
No,
there.
that's not even the Willy Wonka anyone likes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I always think that Jonah Hill and Michael Cera are always Seth and Evan from Superbad. I don't care what role they're in.
Yeah, Arrested Development.
Jonah Hill has been in too many other good ones.
That's like saying Will Ferrell is Ron Burgundy. He's just in too much.
Okay. Okay, that's a miss.
I
It's a miss.
Yeah, good hand.
Hey, there's no more misses in these. I'm confident in that.
800-990-3776 for yours.
Game of Thrones fans out there, Kit Harington will always be Jon Snow.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
I like that one.
John Hamm will always be the Mad Men character. Don Draper. What else I got? Vin Diesel, he'll always be Dom from Fast and Furious.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's like 10
I can't
movies.
name anything else he's in.
No.
Triple X,
which is basically version 1 of Fast and Furious.
Him driving and doing crazy stunts.
Was his name not Dom in that?
No.
It wasn't.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Those are the ones I got.
All right, so that was a good list there. Of course, Al Bundy. I think of Al Bundy. I think of Ed O'Neill. I really don't call him Ed O'Neill. I call him Al Bundy. Here's another one from a different show that Ed O'Neill was on. You guys ever watch Modern Family? Phil? I haven't seen Phil
Dunphy?
I've never seen him in anything else.
Good
he will
call.
always be Phil Dunphy.
He was in Incredible Hulk, part of the Marvel series.
Nobody,
Really?
people are
Exactly.
Like, who is that? What is that? Also, another. Let's keep it with Phil. Everybody's father, Uncle Phil. Shout out to Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil.
Nice.
He will always be Uncle Phil. Well, let's keep it in that TV show.
R.I.P.
Not unusual to be
Carlton.
And listen, we don't
So
listen.
good,
He's
Kyle.
done so many other things, but
You
know
dress like
him
Carlton.
as Carlton. I dress better than Carlton, and I don't know this guy's name. I think his name is Michael Myers. I don't know. Groovy, baby. Michael Myers.
Mike
Is that his name?
Mike Myers.
Michael Myers is the Halloween film.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Myers, the guy from Austin
Austin
Powers,
Powers.
Groovy, but I don't know any other
Do I
movies
make
that-
you horny, baby?
I don't know if we can say that, but for sure, I only see him in that role. If he's acting another movie, which I'm sure he probably has, he will always be the dude from Austin Powers. Is his name Austin Powers?
Austin Powers, yep.
We were so
That's the
young
name.
when it came out, but that is my list.
Text from Steve in the 608. Keanu Reeves will either be John Wick or the guy from The Matrix.
So that's the tough part. There's another one here from Pat from the 414 who says, how is
wow,
Harrison
he's in the talking text
Ford-
too now?
Yeah,
how
it's
is
good so I don't have
Harrison
to
Ford
monitor
not been
everything with you
mentioned?
two. Go ahead, Strofe.
How has Harrison Ford not been mentioned as Han Solo or Indiana Jones? I don't think this works if you remember them as two different people.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's
just like
it's
Will
got to be
Ferrell.
one.
Right? He's what's his name in Step Brothers? It's not Dale, right? He's the other one. But and then obviously Ron
Brennan.
Burgundy and Anchorman. Brennan, thank you.
Brennan. What a first name.
I like that.
Perfect name for two goons in a movie.
Perfect. Dale and Brennan.
Dale! We can't poop with the door open. Al Pacino, Scarface.
See, I remember him from Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
See, Leonardo DiCaprio will always be Jack in my eyes. Leo's in too many. Leo's a home run hitter.
Man.
Range for real. Hugh Jackman, as somebody said, as the X-Men guy.
Wolverine, yeah, well, that's all I see him as.
The Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stroh.
I see him as Wolverine. I've never seen The Greatest Showman, so I can't.
You're
really
missing
judge.
out.
But let me tell you, Leo is a G because Wolf of Wall
It's a
Street,
G?
that acting job was one of the greatest acting jobs. I have never watched a movie and actually believed that he was the person. He did a hell of a job in that movie.
800-990-3776. Strofe, thank you for monitoring this with me. Is there any others?
I have a follow-up question.
Okay, Brad.
Would you, if you were one of those actors, would you take that to be would you want to be that typecast person, or would you rather have someone that's lesser known but more range?
I don't think it would be typecast like that because it makes your life so much more difficult because you never.
Yeah,
can get
you
past
can't escape being Harry
But
Potter.
wait a minute before you go. Think about what's the Asian guy's name from Hangover? He's a comedian.
Oh,
yeah.
I know exactly
He
who you're
tried
talking
to have
about.
a whole TV show. Nobody watched it, but they love him in The Hangover.
I would say The Hangover, Zach Galifianakis.
Zach
in The Hangover.
Galifianakis, absolutely.
In The Hangover.
Finakis?
Galifianakis, I think.
He was great in Between Two Ferns, his interview show. Have you guys ever watched that?
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
Very funny. Rob McElhaney on the text line from It's Always Sunny is Mac. I think that's a really good one.
That is a good one. Mark Hamill will always be Luke Skywalker. That's Marion Tosa.
Well said.
Now, this is brought up by Ron the Key, who usually never has good points, but Keanu Reeves is in two great football movies as Shane Falco and Johnny Utah.
Excuse me, he's in the greatest children's movie of all time, Hardball. He's the coach.
Hardball.
G-Baby.
You've never seen Hardball?
He was just he was a toddler.
If there's ever one time that I've said, Strofe, for our sake, please watch Hardball. You will shed a tear. It is so sad.
I'd take your suggestion if this was the one time, but this is not the one time.
Okay, I get 10 times. This is 1 of 10. How about that?
This is good. And actually, Brad learned about Biggie Smalls, just like he learned about Biggie Smalls before Tory Lowe knew who Biggie Smalls was because of this movie.
Hardball cultured me. I learned who Biggie Smalls was through Hardball. I have another one that came to mind, by the way. The guy, I think Tim Robbins, the guy who played Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption. I've seen him in other things.
I heard
and I'm
that's
like, dude, was just Andy Dufresne right there.
He's just crawling through poop to get out of there.
Exactly.
I've seen this one a few times, and it actually might be the best one we've missed. Stifler from the American
Yes,
Pie series.
Stifler is a good one.
That's good.
Walter White, Breaking Bad.
He was the dad, Malcolm in the Middle. I don't allow that.
Yeah.
Shooter McGavin.
Oh, that's so
What
good.
is that? Shooter
Kyle.
Gosh darn
You're
it.
joking, right?
Wait, what's Shooter McGavin?
That almost broke a TV there.
What is that? Is that Breaking Bad?
Happy Gilmore.
Two Americas.
Yeah, it is Two Americas. It wasn't something my
Right
parents
now
took
we're
me
in the
so seriously.
414 hour at 4, not the 414 hour at 4.
No, we in the 262 hour at 4. You talk about Happy Gilmore.
Oh, man.
That was good.
John in O-Town, 800-990-3776. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What's up, guys? I've got Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know this one, so I'm
never seen Bean, Mr. Bean? We're looking
Mean Mr. Bean.
He is a weird looking dude.
I have not.
It's a good pull from John.
McLovin.
Oh, yeah. I've
of
never seen him in
course.
nothing else. He's always
McLovin.
He has his faces on a T-shirt just from that one role. Oh, that makes Napoleon Dynamite. That's another.
That's another good one.
I don't know anything. I don't even know the guy's name.
He's John something. He's in Blades of Glory
But
as well.
he's Napoleon Dynamite.
He is Napoleon.
He, he fits the bill for our creative exercise. We need a KBN movie club. We need to all, what we need to do is we need to create a list of 5 movies that we all love that if any of the other 3 haven't seen, the other 3 have to watch. And we rotate going around and watching different movies.
I love the sound of that. And the genesis of this early on in Kyle, Brust, and Nortman was Back to the Future.
I haven't seen Back to the Future.
Which we got to see. And Michael J. Fox is an excellent one for this as well because he is Marty McFly.
No, Michael J. Fox is Coach Bombay, isn't he? Or
No,
that's
that's Emilio Estevez.
That's Emilio
They look
Estevez.
the same. I got me
And
confused
Emilio
with the kids.
Estevez.
Stop doing white people movies. You're getting them wrong.
Wait a minute. Don't they look the same? Do they not look the same? And imagine being a little 5-year-old kid seeing Back to the Future when, after it had come out years after, but then seeing him in Mighty
A little
Ducks.
bit, I guess.
Stevie with the good one.
Stevie.
Well, Hunger Games.
Katniss
Jennifer Lawrence is Katniss.
She's been in another movie. She did a great job. She won an Oscar for
I don't give a damn. She's
Playbook,
Katniss
some
Everdeen.
Okay, she is Katniss. She is Katniss. Love that.
I like the movie idea, the movie club idea. We gotta culture one another. We
So-
have to have inside jokes and lines.
No,
that we say to one
we need
another.
KBN Nation to also give suggestions.
That's what I mean, it's the nation.
We can't do inside jokes as a radio
That's
show.
what I'm saying, like nationwide inside jokes.
So are we saying we have to go hang out with each other?
No, we can
I know
watch
what
them on
you're
our
talking about,
own time.
I'm just
Are we
saying.
that? Oh my gosh, Brad, I'm offended.
Kyle was
No.
repulsed.
Does that mean I have?
Repulsed by
You know
that
what?
idea.
Wait a
I don't want to
minute.
hang out with you
Wait a
because your
minute.
basement's flooded and I'll be swimming in a pool.
This movie club thing, I mean, we were talking, how frequently are we doing this? We had to get together. I'm trying to do this every month. I don't even see my own friends and family sometimes every
We
month.
are your friends and family. You know nothing else but Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from now until eternity.
Are you setting me up for something? Let me just make sure I have my piece of paper in front of me.
I'm not, but since you're ready to go,
Just in case, my goodness.
after you watch a movie, you know what's a good way to relax after an intense movie? A bubble bath.
Oh, it sure is a great way to relax. I may have some water used to have water in my basement. My upstairs is perfect and it's fine. And it has a great bath, just like you can as well. If your bath or shower is old or outdated, has mold or mildew or broken tiles, you got to call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products. Listen, along with a world-class experience. What that means for you is that you'll have low maintenance, resistant to mold and mildew, and easy to clean for decades when you use the Bath Authority. Plus, it has a lifetime warranty. And what I love about them is the fact that it is 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by a certified factory technician. You do not want people going in and out your house for days, for weeks, for months. No, you want a certified factory technician, and the Bath Authority can do that. So call them today at 414-249-6934 and get $1,500 off your new shower or bath plus 36 months of interest-free. You are their priority at the Bath Authority. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety by calling them today at 414-249-6934. TheBathAuthority.com. TheBathAuthority.com, where a better bath awaits.
800-990-3776. Which actors will always be their character? Beef Ramington, Chevy Chase is Clark Griswold. Ding, 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 ding. Your submissions, phone, text, YouTube, wherever you want to get them in, we'll take them. Whole lot more to take it at 5 o'clock here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
What are you going to sell? What are you going to say to Ben Brust?
I'm saying, you don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No. It's a no. I can say it in different languages. No, no, no.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine.
That's a firm way to say no.
Nine. Next time we say nine.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We finally have that disabled vehicle on 894 westbound at 60th Street finally cleared out of the way. Still have the delays coming out of the Mitchell, though, so keep that in mind. We've also got some delays northbound 43 at Brown Deer Road. Right lane's blocked with a disabled vehicle, so that's going to be tying things up. Basically, you're seeing delays out of the Marquette up to Keefe and then back on the brakes from just before Good Hope Road all the way up to Brown Deer. Southbound side's backing up from just before Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by the Delafield Brew House, award-winning restaurant and brewery celebrating 25 years this month. Located on the corner of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield, the Delafield Brew House. Drink ale, live lager. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, sprinkles early, partly cloudy, a low of 44 at the lake, 40 inland. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a chance for evening showers, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tout, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
You are looking live. I am looking live at like 18 different things. I've got my glasses on. I can read it. If you don't want to do it, fine. I'll just lean over.
I got it.
Trade proposal. No, forget you. You had your chance. And you compared me to your grandpa.
May he rest in peace.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Attend Biz Expo May 22nd at Brookfield Conference Center. Learn how to build a legendary brand by creating raving fans from keynote speaker and author Scott Wozniak. Attend strategy seminars on company culture, business growth, AI and cybersecurity, leadership, exit planning, tax savings for business, and more. Network and connect with your peers and the region's leading product and service providers. Biz Expo is Wednesday, May 22nd. Register to attend at biztimes.com/bizexpo.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm here with Dr. Rick Papandrea. I hear so much about the subspecialties here at OAW. What does that really mean, and how does that differentiate OAW surgeons from others?
The main difference, I think, for us is a subspecialization that we don't just participate in, but we really embrace. Everybody who's here has done extra training beyond the normal 5 years to have a subspecialty. But we don't just dabble in that subspecialty, we focus in it. So if there's a problem in the group, a patient has an issue that's very specific, a provider might realize that issue needs the attention of that subspecialist. So what we do is we make sure the focus is on the patient and we get that patient to the provider that has that subspecialty focus. I think a lot of surgeons and providers will have a focus, but they will do it when they can and do it when it's convenient. But for us, it's really the priority.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Experience the rebirth of an American treasure in Oconomowoc. The club at Lac La Belle is open. The redesigned course is one of Wisconsin's finest tracks at the heart of the Wisconsin Golf Trail. Named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. The club at Lac La Belle is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. See what everyone is talking about. The club at Lac La Belle is a place to experience over and over again. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Don't hate this from Dave from Aaron. Nicolas Cage will now always be Aaron Rodgers via Con Air, as Rodgers famously walked out to the plane to travel for a Green Bay road game in the Con Air classic blue jeans with the white tank and the jean jacket as well. Powerful look from Aaron back in the day.
I have an unfounded hatred for Nicolas Cage.
Why?
I would never do it, but he has a very punchable face.
Huh. So do you. 800-990-3776. If you have any more submissions for actors that still sort of feel and will always be their characters. We are Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. You can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. But earlier today, this morning on Get Up with Greeny, Jay Williams, longtime ESPN basketball analyst, college basketball, NBA, had to insert himself into the conversation, right? You know, Greeny has all these guests on. They talk about the NBA. And, of course, who other than Giannis gets brought up to somehow end up with the New York Knicks?
And I do feel they are one piece away from getting to a world championship. Like, you know, we could talk about who that piece is. Please do. Because Wendy and I were talking about it. Like, Giannis would be an interesting play in New York City.
Giannis who signed a contract extension in Milwaukee last year. We're putting him in New York now.
We got to stop thinking about people signing contracts. People can get out of contracts and forced to where they want to go.
I mean,
especially if they're cap restricted. There's a lot of names you can throw out there. I'm talking about a guy. It doesn't matter who you bring on his team. This is Jalen Brunson's team. But if you surround him with one more piece along with these other pieces,
it's not his team. If you get Giannis, that's my point. Giannis is like the biggest star in the whole league.
It still will be Jalen Brunson's team. His DNA is all over this team. Well, I mean, he'll still be the bona fide leader of the team. What does Giannis say about Dame when Dame hits clutch shots? Like, we got a guy close. You're telling me Jalen Brunson wouldn't be one of the best closers in the league? You're still going to look at him because he's your PG. He has the position of the leader. And by the way, he doesn't care if you're more talented than him. He leads in other aspects of the game because he thinks the game all the time.
Jay Williams with his take of the day, bringing it to Get Up with Greeny, and add him to the list of dummies that will continue to be wrong about Giannis and Giannis's future. Now, this is a hypothetical in which he's super reaching because there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to Giannis leaving Milwaukee. First and foremost, he did mention it, right? He's just signed a long-term extension. That doesn't mean that he can't be moved if he becomes disgruntled and says, "Hi, Milwaukee Bucks, my name is Giannis. I'm no longer going to play for you. I want to trade." But what in the last 10 freaking years has Giannis Antetokounmpo done to say to all of us listening and hearing that jargon that he would be like, you know what, John, you know what, Wes Edens, you know what, Jimmy Haslam, you know what, City of Milwaukee, you know what, everyone, bleep you, I'm out of here. Giannis would never do that at this time, right? It'd have to boil up to the ultimate where all of us, and I mean all of us, would not blame him for leaving the situation that he's in. He is still set up, if we take a step back, with two top 75 players in the NBA. They both happen to get hurt at the worst possible time in the season. It's part of sports, right? Unfortunately, it was a bad timing because they got knocked out last year in the first round against the Heat. But they revamped, and their two main superstars got hurt. Chris Middleton, I agree with Kyle. Prove that he has something left in the tank to give this team if he doesn't have to be the guy for a whole playoff series. He can do it in spots. Those three guys you can build around. I think Bobby, I think he's tradable, but if he stayed, I'm there. Everyone else, we have conformed to the Jim Rutledge only good idea of his life that the team needs to be ageist. 28 and a half and under can only join this team because they need youth and they need legs and they need spring. So Giannis ain't going anywhere. Get the jargon out of here. He ain't going to New York. He's loyal for a reason, and now he has a chip on his shoulder, not just for bringing one title for 50 years to Milwaukee, but now saying bleep you to everybody. It's time to go get another one here, and then my resume is set.
So many guys in the national media, they just do not understand Giannis. They don't respect him or his game, or else Jay Williams wouldn't make a comment like this. First of all, to say that he would be playing second fiddle to anybody in the league, let alone Jalen Brunson, with all due respect to Jalen Brunson, he is an outstanding player. He's having a great playoffs. We're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo here, though. A guy that's a two-time MVP, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, top 25 player of all time, and a top 3 player on planet Earth currently.
You tell him.
So there's no way he goes on any team and plays second fiddle to anybody. That's a disrespect to Giannis's game. But even more than that, this comment is steeped in disrespect for who Giannis is. Giannis has made it clear he doesn't play those games. He's not interested in the national media scene. He's not interested in pleasing you, who is the general national media personality. He wants to be loyal. He wants a place to raise his family. He wants to be on a championship team. He is Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is him. He said it how many times? I want to be Kobe. I want to be Dirk. I want 20 years in the same organization. And he's the kind of guy that's going to stick to it. So when it comes to this kind of take, it's absurdity, and it's disrespectful to not only Giannis as a player, but Giannis as a person. And look, you're right, Ben. I mean, they just got hurt at the wrong time. The thing that Giannis wants most is he wants to be on a championship contender. He wants to win. The moment they're not a championship contender and the Bucks aren't showing they're willing to do the things it takes to be a championship contender, will probably lose his interest. It didn't work out this year, but you can't blame the Bucks for not swinging. I give them all the credit in the world for going after a marquee guy. Is it the right decision? We'll find out in the years to come. But they're at least swinging. They're at least going for it. This is absurdity, and this is just trying to get into headlines by Jay Williams. It ain't happening.
Here's the thing. If the Milwaukee Bucks were healthy going into the Indiana Pacers series, and you don't have an injury to Giannis going into the playoffs, you don't have Dame get hurt during the playoffs, you have Chris Middleton continue to play at the high level that he did, we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks against the New York Knicks. The series may be 1-1 right now. We're not even having this stupid conversation about that. And so what I'm disappointed in Jay Williams is about is the fact that Jay Williams is
disappointed.
He's a prisoner of the absolute moment. Because I guarantee you, when the Bucks traded for Damian Lillard and you had Dame and you had Giannis together, he was talking about how great of a duo that can be and how this can be a championship nucleus of a team. But now what he forgets is that this team was not healthy at the end of the season. This team went through a lot of turmoil during the season, having to fire assistant coach leaving, having to fire their head coach and Coach Griffin, bringing in Doc during the season, having to deal with a lot of ups and downs and obstacles and thinking they should just break it all up. It's disappointing that Jay Williams is forgetting, like Ben said, you have two top 75 players of all time on this roster who are both hungry and committed to getting better and working together next season, coming back and bouncing back next year to show everybody that they have a chip on their shoulder and they're aiming to win a championship. So, yes, Jalen Brunson and Giannis, would that be a great duo? Duh, but the duo we got here, when healthy, is one of the best in the league.
Well, and they just think that, we're just going to trade a marquee player to any team as if he's some sort of pawn, as if he's some sort of bolt-on to be the final piece that makes the Knicks go. I mean, there is no suggestion of even how you make this trade happen. I mean, there is a lot of like pie in the sky.
It's more fun to talk about big markets, having all the star players, having all the attention. I love the 4-1-4. I love Milwaukee. I love the fact that we get a lot of attention. I love being the underdog, just like Bobby Portis loves the underdog.
So what if I told you, I mean, it's very open, improbable media is a relationship that Jay Williams has with people within Giannis's camp.
I would say he's still just blowing smoke. This isn't a real thing.
I agree.
I know it's not a real thing. It's just him blowing smoke and throwing stuff at a wall.
And
especially when I hear media.
Yeah.
That means draw attention to myself. That means Jay Williams is the same guy who said Caitlin Clark, he blew up for coming at Caitlin Clark. Guess what? He Probably didn't blow up to the same degree, but he got us talking locally about the fact that he's saying Giannis should go to the New York Knicks.
That's disappointing, though. It just isn't authentic. It's disingenuous.
And it sounded like he didn't even want to volunteer that take, but Greeny pushed him on him, rightfully so. And even when he delivered it, he doubled down several times on it. But I think Greeny was speaking for all of us.
Did he double down because he maybe is planting a seed?
He might be, but it's a seed that ain't going to take root, because I think Greeny speaks for all of us when he's like, whoa. Giannis, one of the best players in the league, playing second fiddle to Jalen Brunson. None of it checks out. None of it makes sense. This was something of just a classic. I mean, how many off seasons are we going to go through this where the national media would love to pluck Giannis out of Milwaukee, have him play in a Knicks uniform, a Lakers uniform, a Heat uniform? We've seen so many of those storylines. It's just not going to happen. And I think it's rooted in they don't really know who Giannis is or what Giannis wants.
And Giannis is our investment, and we want that interest to pay dividends here in Milwaukee.
Oh, and another place that you can earn excellent interest is Bank 5-9. My friends at Bank 5-9 have an unbelievable offer for you. If you're looking for ways to save money, you are looking for ways to earn money too, because you're working hard. It's 4:30 right now here in Milwaukee. You're probably driving home. You are clocking in, clocking out. You're earning that paycheck. It's time that paycheck earns something for you too. And Bank 5-9 has an opportunity for you to do that. You can earn as much as 5.3% by opening a money market account today. That's right, 5.3% in this economy. Dang. And additionally, they have got great CD rates as well. All of this with working with a true local community bank in Bank 5-9. It's just one of the many ways that Bank 5-9 is making lives better, making the lives of the community better, making your life better. For details, visit bank59.com/MM specials. Member FDIC.
In this economy, dang!
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Things ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast, but
why not? They're old shorties.
I've had some
old shorties.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Northbound on 43 backing up out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe as per usual. We also have some delays from Bender Road all the way up to Brown Deer. We did have an earlier disabled vehicle that was stuck in traffic at that point at Brown Deer, so just something to keep in mind. They were able to get it off the freeway, but it is still causing some delays. We got southbound 43 backing up from before Hampton Avenue all the way down past Keefe. Westbound's backed up solid out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Once you get past that, you are good to go all the way into Waukesha County. Eastbound's a little heavy from 76th Street past the Stadium interchange to about 35th. And 41 southbound slowing from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive to Burwide. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, sprinkles early, partly cloudy skies, a low of 44 at the lake, 40 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a chance of evening showers, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University, affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. I've been telling you that windows from Universal perform better and last longer. Call today at 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions do apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course, camp on site all weekend, and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
What do you get when you combine grilled-to-order deliciousness with only the finest Wisconsin cheeses? Cousin Sub's new Wisconsin cheesesteaks, featuring either steak or chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, sautéed onions, and their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. It's a match made in dairy heaven. And the decadence doesn't stop there. Pair your Wisconsin cheesesteak with their new Orange Dream Shake. All are available for a limited time only. Order in store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
A season of award-winning golf at Sweetgrass and Sage Run is on the horizon. The Island Resort and Casino stay-and-play golf packages are booking fast, with choice dates available early in the week. After your rounds, visit the Drift Spa for a relaxing or targeted massage session. And enjoy dinner at Horizon's scenic top-floor steakhouse. So many reasons to take a drive. Book your stay-and-play golf package today. Visit islandresortgolf.com. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We're entering the absolute best time of the year in Wisconsin because of the weather, but it's the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain because you can't do all the outdoor things that you love to do. If you have achy joints or pain in your joints, you have to call my friends at QC Kinetics before you agree to surgery, steroids, or any harmful medications. You could be next as one of the thousands of patients around the country who did call QC Kinetics and got their life back. I mean, talk about real-life patients using their own words right here. Like Patrick, who loved to golf. Golfing season has arrived in Wisconsin, but he couldn't even walk because of his knee pain. After his QC Kinetics regenerative treatment for his knees, he's back. Best handicap in 15 years. I love to hear that. Or Julie, a doctor told her that the only way she could get relief is the knee replacement. She went to QC Kinetics for a second opinion. Fast forward, no surgery. She's riding her bikes, going on hikes, and feeling great. QC Kinetics at the top of its game with the direction of Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, who's a national medical director and a pioneer in this field. I want to tell your story next. So don't wait. Call QC Kinetics now. The consultation is free. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
It's time now to have a little fun and make a little money. Ben's Same Game Parlay.
It's time for Ben's Same Game Parlay. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
I need a little help today, boys. Not on a heater. Was on a heater, but you only shoot to get hot just to stay hot, baby. For my whole life. What I do know that I like is in the Brewers game tonight, I do not trust Tobias Harris, the Brewers starter. He has been rough. What was that?
Oh, wow, that's his name, Tobias Harris?
Myers.
Oh, okay. I goes, oh, wow. He
exactly.
Bucks too.
Dang.
Yeah, well, he was kind of bad for the Sixers in the first round. Tobias Myers versus Sonny Gray. I think Sonny Gray's due for a down spot here. And plus, the Brewers are still top 10 in runs scored. I don't care who the pitcher is. I think they're going to get me at least 3. But I don't like this game for the Brewers. So I got over 8 runs for the Milwaukee Brewers. Not total, like between the two. Cardinals, Brewers over 8 runs. I think runs get scored in the Cardinals and Brewers game. I am going to pick the hockey one, then I need your guys' help in the NBA. I love the Dallas Stars. Bounce back victory at home against the Avs. Best goalie in the NHL, Jake Ottinger. He is really freaking good. He had battled their way back from being down in the first round. Dallas Stars, I think they have a local connection as well. Our guy, Joe Pavelski, on the Dallas Stars. But how about that Ottinger pull? I knew you were proud of that.
Shout out Stevens Point.
Ottinger or Pavelski?
No, Pavelski, Plover guy.
So that's leg 2. Now I'd like to have a little NBA action tonight. Cavs, Celtics, Cavs plus 13, or Mavericks, Thunder, Mavs plus 5.
Thunder minus 5.
You don't trust Kyrie and Luka to cover?
I like Oklahoma City. I do.
Why?
I think Dallas are always about front runners. They got star power, but they never put it together. They're always underwhelming in the postseason. Kyrie's a flake. Luka puts up numbers, but he doesn't really do much to actually help the team win. And Oklahoma City is a complete team.
All right, Brad, that one's on you.
No, I mean, I think you got to go with Dallas. I think Dallas evens it up 1-1.
Okay, Ben, you pick.
Gosh darn it, guys.
Do we agree on...
Because it's Dallas plus
Cleveland?
5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Mavericks win outright.
Oh,
Cleveland
wow.
plus Did you say plus 13? That
was the Cavs.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cleveland. Where'd they play?
They play at Boston.
Right, but
13 is still a
they're
lot.
from the city of Cleveland.
Man, that is a lot of points. And didn't they get blown out in game 1?
Yes. I am not touching that game.
Oh, you scared money. They're probably going to cover.
I'm not touching that game.
Why not?
Scared money don't
What
make
do you
money.
like? The easy plus 13 because it seems really good to see plus 13 points in an NBA game? You beat the crap out of people right now.
So you think Boston's going to blow out the Cavs again?
Back-to-back games? Like
Brad, the NBA savant. This one's going on Brad.
You want an opinion? I'll give you an opinion. I don't know if it's right. I'll give you one.
Which one do you want? Which one do you like better? Plus 13 or plus 5, Brad? Or plus 13 or Oklahoma City minus 5?
I like plus 13.
Brad taking the points.
Give me them points.
He was good at a little football challenge we had on the app.
Cover 5.
Yeah, he was really good at that.
Cavs plus 13. Dallas Stars money line over 8 runs in the Cardinals Brewers game. Plus 580. I'll put a little 20 spot on it. 20 to win, 112. It's booked. It's set. Ben same game parlay for the day. Brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotels. Brand new sportsbook, 2,000 square foot video wall. Everyone that I've talked to that said, hey, how was it? I go, amazing. You guys were there too. You guys, the video wall is unbelievable. The food is delicious. They have a bar that overlooks all the TVs. They have a booth that looks over the TVs. They have a VIP area upstairs that you could rent out in the future. Everything you need is at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, and especially the brand new sportsbook for you to go win and have some fun. PaysBig.com, a new era of sports betting is here. You know what? I'm just going to go to break. You know why, Strofe? Because I want an extended time with Homer. Next. Wait. He was yesterday.
Yeah, it's Tony today.
He was supposed to be yesterday.
Tony just parked. I just talked to him.
Oh, he just parked?
Oh, we get Homer and Tony.
Hey! Frickin' frack. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like,
it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not Quaker,
but I've
is
also had
it?
chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that make me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Trade proposal. Christian Watson. Packers receive Justin Jefferson. I think I found a way for us to get Ayuk, Jefferson, and T. Higgins and not have to give up all that much.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Sarah, we're doing it again for Mother's Day.
We're doing it again? I can't believe we did it the first time.
It's a real rose.
An American Beauty rose.
Completely covered in pure 24-karat gold.
These are amazing!
Or you can get your rose covered in pink gold.
Real gold, pure gold, and Are you ready for this?
I'm never ready for this next part.
$99.
I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
A full-size American Beauty rose preserved forever in pure gold.
Wait a minute.
Okay, we're waiting.
Can I buy 2 of them?
Of course.
Wait.
Okay.
Can I buy 3 of them and give 1 to my mom and 1 to my best friend and keep 1 for myself?
Of course you can, Sarah. This is America.
You'll find $99 full-size gold roses at Kessler's. Visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com to find the location nearest you.
Happy Mother's Day!
Your bathroom is boring and basic too. It seems like there's nothing you can do. A better bath awaits. You'll feel brand new, relaxing in a world of peace at the Bath Authority.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, get $1,500 off a new shower or bath plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. TheBathAuthority.com.
You're our priority at the Bath Authority.
The Vollrath Company implemented a DocuWare content management solution from James Imaging Systems. Vollrath Director of Information Systems, John Sharp.
They've helped us upgrade from a previous version of our document management to automate our accounts payable processes, to store the invoices, do the three-way match, and really streamline those processes.
In addition to a DocuWare content management solution, the key to continued success is the James Imaging Systems Solutions Group.
And as an extension of our team, they've got intimate knowledge of why we've done some of the things that we do. And when we run into any issues, they're there to support us.
A DocuWare content management solution from the James Imaging Systems Solutions Group.
They know exactly where we are in our project cycle so that we've always got continuous improvement.
Content management and workflow automation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 61, visit staples.com/print for details.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
IKEA has great financing options to make improving your home easy no matter where you are at in your life. IKEA Visa credit card, 5% back on IKEA purchases, $25 off your first IKEA purchase of $25 or more. Bonus $25 reward after making a $500 in qualifying purchases outside of the IKEA project card. I mean, I'm telling you, look, 0% interest for 6, 12, or 24 months depending on the purchase size. No annual fee. They have everything you need. I've joined the Family Rewards program. They give you amazing financing options. Pay in 4 interest-free installments, pay 25% of purchase at the time, then pay the remaining 3 payments over the next 6 weeks. Options, options, options for your way to have a better outdoor, indoor, whatever type of living space you need, whatever stage of life you're in. Getting kids ready for the dorm, getting your first house, renting an apartment, having the Nortman estate, whatever it is, IKEA is there for you. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. 800-990-3776. Now, Mike chimes in. Ben's Movie Club is an excellent idea. I'd like to call it the KBN Movie Club because I want KBN Nation to be a part of it. My son and I have a small TV film production company in Phoenix. If you ever require any assistance with the movie club, we are happy to help. KBN Nation far and wide and reaching everywhere. Powerful. Suggestion, each movie should be given a score of a scale of 1 to 10 from MK in the Desert by way of Oak Creek.
Oh, so we'll be like Robert Ebert.
Be more like Brad.
Why did be more like Brad just pop up? That wasn't necessary.
I mean, there's always a time
Wrong
for
button,
it.
my bad.
Oh, Freudian slip.
There's always a time for it. I like the idea of
more like Brad.
Joining us now is Tony Smith, the Marquette Hall of Famer.
Be like Brad. What does that mean?
Basically, what had happened was
use your imagination, Tony.
Oh wow!
Damn!
Oh, wow.
Somebody's feeling himself over there.
I didn't know what he's saying.
I couldn't.
Oh, yeah, I got a large imagination.
He eats good. He works out. They have, great investments, this, that, and the other thing. Brad's got everyone eating healthy.
Yes, sir.
It's Brad
Clean up.
Hey, way to whip these losers
Yeah,
into
that's
shape.
right. Clean up after myself. That was
Good
Ben's
job.
girlfriend. You can probably Brad the back.
Well, I mean, yeah, I left some stuff out and I got yelled at. And then I got...
Oh, your girlfriend told you to be like Brad?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's not good.
I know.
She has
I don't like that.
audio clips of it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like
Lives
that.
on forever.
I don't like
Be
that.
more like Brad.
That's bad.
Let's play it for Tony.
So I know we all had a great time ripping on Ben. He is a good roommate. Like, there are things that he does that make him a good roommate. He's the trash guy. He always takes out the trash. He's the dog poop guy. He'll pick up all the dog
Good
poop.
stuff.
I never have to worry about it. He's the yard work guy. He cuts the lawn. He does the leaves.
Great guy.
He's the put things together guy. Even if he doesn't want it, it's a piece of furniture that I feel like we need. It shows up on the doorstep. He knows he has to put it together. However,
Oh, boy.
now that we have a baby, there have been some things that have come to my attention that Ben does not do. I will fold the laundry, and the laundry will sit on the dresser for a week.
Ben, no.
It will sit there. Every time I go in there, still there. It will sit there until he wears the piece of clothing. He will never put the clothing
your new
in
closet.
the drawer. He's never wiped a counter in his life, and he wonders why we have ants. Wet towels, when he's gets out of the shower, he'll put his wet towel on our dresser instead of hanging it on the hook. It's just a trail. Everywhere he goes, he leaves a trail. Long story short, Ben, be more like Brad.
Be more like
Brad.
Listen, I'm so
Be
happy I was here for
more like
that.
Brad.
I'm so happy. Let me just tell you. This, in my experience, as you know, I'm old, 55. I've had a lot of experience with women.
Oh yeah.
And this
powerful.
This, this is I don't know what word to use, but this is
a warning shot.
No, this is terrifyingly familiar. Like I get he got props for a lot of stuff, and it wasn't glamorous. It's the dirty work, right? You're doing the dirty work.
I told him that's what everybody's the basic.
You gotta do the dirty. Somebody's got to do the work. It's got to get done though.
Yeah, you hire somebody to do
He's
that.
willing to do the dirty work, but then it ain't enough. He's got to do everything.
Thank you, Tony.
Everything.
Thank you. I can't do everything.
Right, he can't be good at everything. Somebody's got to do the other stuff. If he's doing it, okay, well, hey, you pick up the poop sometime.
Oh, wow.
You take out the garbage.
Oh,
You do
wow.
all the dirty stuff that I'm doing.
What about the baby in the household?
I helped take care of the dang
Yeah.
baby too, as Kyle would say.
See?
No, Kyle called the baby a dang
we
baby.
get a little
That was a
stressed- we get a little
callback.
stressed
I'm sure he
out.
does
You
a
get
little
stressed
Dang
out.
baby. The dang baby's ruining our
He's
relationship.
not ignoring the baby. I know that. He's doing something with the
I'm
baby.
doing the late night feed
Give
so
the
she
guy a
can
break.
sleep really good at night.
Ladies,
Now I'm taking
if there's
myself
any
in a place
ladies
I shouldn't
listening,
go.
You guys can't do everything, man. He can't be good at everything.
Okay, here you go. You have two choices. You have Bradley Nortman, the man who's been married for 12 years.
10.
More
Been
like
married for 10 years. Or you have Tony Smith.
Let's get his wife on there. I'm sure she's got some stuff that he don't do well.
Wait a
So
minute.
actually, I do have something here. I texted Brad Nortman's wife earlier this
Oh,
week.
wow.
Oh, wow.
What?
Let's go.
Wait, what? How you
wanna
get
hear,
that number?
You want to hear Brad's bad traits
I actually
now?
don't know how she got that. How I got that number.
Don't worry about it.
I'm okay with
That's
it.
good producing.
I said, hey, Lexi, it's Strofe. Are you by chance currently listening to the show? Don't tell Brad I texted you.
Oh, secrets.
But I'm curious if you can name literally any negatives Brad has as a roommate. We know he's close to perfect,
Right.
but nobody's perfect. She responded, haha, I got nothing. In all honesty, he's pretty perfect.
Oh, give me a freaking break. Tony,
She's the
Tony,
best.
you've been been around too much to know that's a red flag.
I don't believe it for a second.
For a second. For a second.
She ain't exposing her man. That's her man.
That's
right?
exactly what's
She
going on.
said
That might be real love. That real love is full of bleep.
Hey, and guess what? Now he can never say anything about her.
No,
She just protected him on the air, and he owes her forever.
And nor could I.
Hey,
right, and nor would you.
Oh, you guys are so
He knows how
freaking
to-
sweet. Be more like Brad.
No, Brad knows how to train him up right. Don't be
But
like Tony.
here's the
Tony
be-
ain't married.
Hey, the best part is Brad knows he ain't perfect anyway. So
That's true.
we don't have to say anything. He
Does
knows he's
he?
not perfect.
Oh, yeah. I know I'm not
More
perfect.
like
Brad had to
Brad.
really think hard about some of his cons.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
plenty, there's plenty.
Tony Smith joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Here we go. This is amazing. Brad, what were your cons that you could think of that you bring around the house?
Or don't bring.
So I selfishly control the thermostat to Lexi's discomfort. I always make it much colder than she appreciates, and I will push
penny
that
pinching?
limit.
Is that
I just like
what is
it
that
cold.
about?
I just,
Okay,
I just
you
run
like it
hot.
cold.
Run hot.
So your
I'll-
comfort's more important than hers. Okay.
Yep. My comfort's more important than hers.
All right.
And then
It is what it is.
This one.
And then we prefer to go to sleep together, or at least I prefer it. So I will basically dictate our bedtime. Like, baby, we're going to bed. And that's
They can't do anything without each other.
And she'll be like,
I don't
hey, 5
understand
more.
why you got to go to bed and I got to go to bed.
Thank
I'm a grown
you.
person. I go to
Because
bed when I
it's
want to go
just-
to bed.
If Brad
way
wants
worse.
to, like, so if they plan to go to bed at 10 and Brad gets uber tired
Yeah,
at 9:30,
9:45 to
he
baby, we're
says,
going to bed.
baby, we're going to bed.
I am
That's
jealous.
a dictatorship.
It's a little selfish. It's
I
a little selfish.
am a little jealous of Tony. I've seen Tony in action. I mean, I've been an intern. So I've
What do you
seen
mean
Tony-
you've seen Tony? Oh, wow.
Tony's a player.
I've never seen that in action.
I don't.
Hey.
I was an intern. Tony was a player back in the day. Tony, he was a player. I don't know about now, but
I
Tony
don't
used
even
to
know
be
what player means.
Oh,
It's such a
basketball
wrongly
player.
used
Yeah.
term.
He was a basketball player.
I will say this. How much I would love to have been like Tony. My player days are behind me. I'm going to be more like Brad. That's what I'm going to do. Baby, you want to go to
Be
bed at
more
9
like
o'clock?
Brad.
I'm going to bed, baby. That's what we doing.
That's right. You let her know when we're going
You
to
are
bed.
so full of it. You are such a hypocrite.
I won't be
Yo,
like
Tony,
that.
the other day he
This
told
is
a
a real
story.
relationship. They're hiding something over here.
Yes, I
don't know
agree.
what it is.
Don't be jealous.
Yeah,
Sounds like
I'm
jealousy to me. Sounds like
Listen,
a
I'm going
jaded,
out.
I'm just having an opinion. I'm saying
Tony,
it's right.
Tony's
I'm just
keeping
having
it
an opinion.
real. He's
That's
keeping it
exactly
real.
all I'm
keeping it real.
doing.
Are you saying I'm not keeping it real?
I'm just saying.
I'm keeping it real.
I'm
over
just
here.
saying Tony's keeping it real. I'm not saying
we
you're
all
not.
can agree no one is perfect.
For
so
sure.
to say there's nothing wrong,
I
it's
dictate bedtime.
disingenuous.
But I also just want to call out.
And the thermostat.
I want to call it the
I'll give you that.
hogwash.
Yeah.
The hogwash that was Kyle talking about.
Hogwash?
You know, he goes. You know what? I started putting it together. Why my dad would always quickly go to the basement to get peace and quiet away from my mom, and now he's sitting here saying,
putting it
"Oh,
together.
we're going to bed at the same
What do you
time,
think
baby."
quiet for? Everything's perfect over there.
Tony, you know how it go in these households. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I know it's not perfect.
Sometimes, listen, I told them I realize why my dad spent so much time in the basement because sometimes it's more peaceful. But then also when you go upstairs, you know what? You see kids and a wife. All you see is bill, mouth to feed, whole bunch of money. And sometimes you just need to be peace away from everything that costs you money.
Brother, I understand, bro. Listen, I 100% understand.
But now you know why I call him out when he's saying I'm going to be more like Brad and go to bed at the same.
Hey,
You need to, and then you're going to be going to the basement alone.
I'm trying my hardest. What is it? Be more like Brad.
More like Brad.
I'm going to have
not too
nightmares
late.
of that drop.
not too late.
Nightmares.
More like Brad.
That's bad.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
gotta
More
hurt,
like
dude.
Brad.
Live on.
It doesn't hurt because I'm secure, or maybe I'm not. I don't know.
More
Hey,
like
Ben, tell her
Brad.
if she wouldn't release all of your negatives, then you'd be more like Brad.
Thank you.
Stop telling
Put
all
my
this.
dirty laundry out here.
Leave the dirty laundry in the laundry
I
room
didn't
like
put
he
her up
does.
to that at all. Who did that? Is that you, Strofe? Were you the mastermind?
Instigator.
Yeah, I'll take accountability. on that.
Instigator.
You're texting Brad's wife behind his back.
Brad did not
that
like
relationship ain't as secure as we think it is.
No, Brad didn't like that, but shout out to Lexi for actually being like, nope, you ain't getting nothing out of me.
I was
Kyle, does he
incredibly
have your
disappointed.
Kyle, does he have your girl's number too?
We got
no.
You
You got all your girls'
You know
numbers?
how we-
Tony,
What's
that's
going
for
on here?
us to know and for them to find out, brother.
You know how
Why you
we
got all their numbers, dude? Hey, you got to watch you. You gotta
Yeah, we
watch him
do.
in the back.
Hey, my baby like
Daniel
me. I look
Radcliffe
different
looking
than
ass.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be I saw so-and-so doing something at work today.
Isn't
you
he?
know.
Doesn't he work
If
on
you
your
want to talk
show?
about it over coffee, I'll meet you.
Oh, wow.
Look out for
wow.
Trophy, folks.
Mr. Celia Girl, Alex Stroke producing. Kyle Brust and Nortman with Tony Smith. We've had fun. Hope you have as well. Homer Hour with Tony Smith. That's next in 2 minutes.